into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, you beautiful souls. Welcome to it. My name is Graham Richards. You are live with Expresso on a beautiful Friday morning. Not just any Friday morning, but Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Hopefully you are feeling loved up. In fact, on that note, there is a great air of anticipation woven into the fabric of today's show. Not only because that question begs, will you be my Valentine? Will you get that rose? I know there's something quite like the pressure, especially in high school, of waiting for some kind of dedication of love. So I hope all of your Valentine's Day wishes come true this morning and you really do feel the love. But of course, we wait with bated breath to see how Cape Town is going to embrace the apple of our eye. One of our favorite daughters of Zabini Tunzi, Miss Universe, kickstarts her Cape Town parade today. Obviously, Joburg came alive. We cannot wait to see how the mother city is going to embrace one of our favorite daughters. Then we're also going to be getting into the much anticipated list of nominees for the 2020 SAFTA Awards. It's going to be massive. We'll be connecting live with Kat from the Mall of Africa up in Joburg. He'll be chatting to some of the nominees, and of course we'll give you all the details on how you can vote for your favorites. So it's going to be a fantastic, jam-packed, a buzzing show, one of those special editions of your Feel Good Breakfast show this morning, so you don't want to move a muscle. But are we feeling the love this morning? Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day, babe.
Good morning, G. Can you feel the love today? I can certainly feel it. Happy Valentine's to everybody out there, to all our viewers. Now today we celebrate love in studio, and no matter what you have planned for today, I'm sure you want to look your absolute best. Now I have our very own makeup artist, Bernice, today in studio, who will be teaching us a thing or two about date night makeup tonight. Hello, Bernice.
Hello.
Oh, do you have a Valentine?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, neither do I. But for those of the viewers who is looking for some tips to elevate their look tonight for date night, or even if you're having a galentine, because that's the new thing, it's a galentine if you're going out with the girls, what are some products that can help you achieve this look for tonight?
So today I have 4 products with me, and these are actually just the essentials. So I would say having a good primer. So we're using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer for foundation. I actually used all of these products on you today. It creates a nice, flawless canvas for the foundation, and it actually makes a difference with the appearance of your foundation. It's also silky soft in texture, so this is a must-have.
Oh, I love it. I love the texture on my skin this morning.
Yes.
Very smooth, silky.
Yes, it's really nice, and it will actually make your foundation last longer. So if you've got a long day or long night or whatever, this is actually just a must, just to make your makeup last a little bit longer. Then today we have the Bobbi Brown Long Wear Weightless Foundation, and it's got an SPF in it, which is amazing. I'm all for sunblock. So yes, today we actually use the same on you. It is full coverage, and it's actually available in 30 shades, but today, like this one, it's so nice and blendable, it's smooth, and it actually matches your skin tone really nicely. So this is also a must-have, good foundation. And then, okay, so obviously with your eye makeup, I played around a little bit, but you don't necessarily have to, so you can only do mascara. This is a really nice mascara. So we've got the Stella, a huge extreme lash mascara, and it's really pigmented, and it actually creates, just with one coat, it actually creates a lift, and it's also not clumping, which is really great.
And then of course the highlights of the day.
But like this, so if you're only doing your mascara, like a nice pop of color is really nice. So we've got the Bobbi Brown Luxe Lip color, and with this, it's really like what essentially, if you've got like bold colors like today with your red, if you look at the camera, it actually doesn't create any flaking, because normally it does dry out your lips quite a lot, but this doesn't. It actually conditions your lips, so this is really nice. Even if you take it off afterwards, your lips are quite nice and conditioned.
Girl, you are the plug, voila, and I am date night ready. Hello. And Bernice, thank you so much for painting my face. And now if you at home haven't yet purchased your makeup for the perfect date night look tonight, remember you can shop all these beauty beauty products, and so much more from Who's in-store, online, or on the Who's app. Now let's start our day officially with G.
Yeah, let's kick off the Valentine's Day feels, and you do look dated. You look gorgeous this morning. Hopefully you are feeling the Valentine's Day love wherever we find you in this neck of the woods. It's obviously a great day. We know it can get really cheesy. We have a lot of fun with it, but it's also an awesome opportunity for you to really connect with the person that matters most to you in the world. Show them how big your heart is, and we want to share that experience with you. Please post as many pictures as you can. What are you going to be getting up to for Valentine's Day? Inspire us with your amazing dedications of love. We want to see the pictures. We want to be there for a front row seat. So please hit us up on our social media platforms. Most notably, Facebook is a great place to start. Post some pictures of your Valentine's Day festivities. Maybe if you've scored some roses at school, share a pic or two. We'd love to hear from you. But we've got a lot to cram in this morning. Our Valentine's this morning, Zozibini Tunzi, standing by as we go live to connect with her ahead of her Cape Town parade. And we'll do that in just a few moments, so stand by. But right now, let's get back into those news headlines.
Thank you so much, G. Just after 6 o'clock, let's take a look at those news headlines. Now, Virgin Atlantic is resuming seasonal service to Cape Town 6 years after axing the South African city from its network. Now, the UK carrier will operate daily Boeing 787-9 flights between London's Heathrow and Cape Town from the 25th of October, complementing its existing daily service to Johannesburg. Virgin Atlantic said in a statement they expect to see a high proportion of leisure travelers on this route taking advantage of the sun, the safaris, and of course the world-famous wine region. In other news, 2 suspects were arrested in Limpopo after being found in possession of 2 elephant tusks worth an estimated 50,000 rand. Now, the arrest came about as a result of an intelligence-driven operation between the Hawks Serious Organized Crime Investigation Team and Crime Intelligence after they received a tip-off that people were selling the tusk in Thaibush village, Malaboho. The suspects, aged 28 and 33, are believed to be from 2 different countries. An investigation to establish the origin of the tusks is still underway. On the international front, Sudan has agreed to compensate the families of 17 U.S. sailors who died when their ship, the USS Cole, was bombed by Al-Qaeda at a port in Yemen in 2000. Now, this is a key condition set by the U.S. for Sudan to be removed from its list of state sponsors of terrorism. The U.S. ruled Sudan was responsible for the attack as the 2 suicide bombers involved were trained in the country. Removal from the U.S. blacklist would allow sanctions to be lifted, a major objective of Sudan's new government. In other news as well, British Finance Minister Sajid Javid resigned yesterday in a shock move dealing a blow to Prime Minister Boris Johnson's government just weeks after Brexit and a month before the annual budget. Now, he stood down after Johnson tried to use a reorganization of his cabinet to get rid of some of Javid's aides. He was immediately replaced by senior Treasury official Rishi Sunak. Javid's departure is a major upset at a turbulent time for Britain as the country is left with an uncertain future after Brexit. And now some news of Zozi's triumphant trip through the streets of Johannesburg. Now, the streets of Johannesburg came alive yesterday when Miss Universe Zozibini Tunzi made her way through town on an open double-decker bus. The beauty queen is currently on a homecoming tour, this being the first time she's in South Africa since winning the Miss Universe crown in December 2019. Now, fans screamed with joy when Zozi passed by on the open bus. Speaking to the media, the 26-year-old said that she could not wait to come home and meet her fans in person. Meanwhile, the mother city is ready to welcome Miss Universe today and celebrate her triumph on the world stage with pomp and splendor. Now, Zozi always referred to the mother city as home when she studied at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. And of course, Kutle Adams will be crossing live with her this morning. But that's where we leave your news for now. Now take a look at the world of sports.
So our friend in sport, Morg Newman, has just stepped into studio. We'll delve into a full sporting basket ahead of the weekend in just a moment with our weekend sports preview. Right now, let's get you set for the weekend ahead, what this Friday has in store from a weather perspective. And we've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures, and we love the fact that you respond so well. Nancy Governor, thank you so much for this sunrise from Umkomaas in the KZN. Then Nancy Governor, you're a regular contributor, has really shone this morning, so thank you so much. You can expect sunny conditions with patches of clouds and delightful temperatures, reaching a maximum of around 29 degrees. And Pat's uncle, another regular, sent us this incredible skyline from Durbs as well, where humid conditions are expected, hazy, sunny conditions, and a light southerly wind, reaching a maximum of around 30 degrees. Then thunderstorms expected for Polokwane as we kickstart a broader sweep of your weather. 16 is your low, 29 your high. And Mbombela, 20 is your minimum, going up to 32 degrees. Pretoria ranging between 18 and 31. Johannesburg, your low, 16, going up to 30. Mahikeng, 18 and 32. Klerksdorp, your low, 19, going up to 32 as well. A northwesterly wind of around 11 kilometers an hour for Kimberley, where your low is 20, going up to 32 degrees. Then expect high humidity for Bloemfontein, your low, 17, going up to 31 degrees. Plenty of sunshine for Richards Bay, 22 is your low, going up to a nice warm 34 degrees. Hot one in Pietermaritzburg as well, 18 your low, going up to 33. Durban ranging between 24 and 30 degrees. Mthatha, 17 and 32. Then a southwesterly wind of 15 kilometers an hour expected in East London today, where your minimum is 21 and a max of 27. Cradock, your low, 16, going up to 37 degrees today. Port Elizabeth, it's moderate temperatures, 20 your low, going up to 25 degrees. Then high humidity in George, where your minimum is 17, going up to 24 degrees. Lowest temperature in the country, Sutherland kickstarts on 13 degrees, going up to 29 degrees. In the mother city, your low, 16, with a bit of cloud cover. We'll see it top out at 24 degrees. And then clear skies for Worcester, where your low is 16, going up to 33 degrees. Continues to rise as we move inland. Springbok, your low, 20, going up to 34 degrees. And the highest temperature in the country, Uppington, your low, 25, a max of 38 degrees. That's a broad sweep of your weather across Mzansi-Wood. Whatever the weather, make sure it's a beautiful day.
It's going to be a beautiful day indeed, because Miss Universe is in Cape Town, everybody. Now, after a parade yesterday in Johannesburg, she's finally in Cape Town. She'll be departing from Darling Street at about 10:40. But of course, our very own Kusle Adams is going to be hooking up with her today, this morning, just after 7 o'clock. So you want to stay tuned for that. Are you excited to see her?
Yes, I'm so excited.
You've met her before, right?
Yes, yes. I
And what
met
do
her here in the studio.
And you made her coffee?
Yes, I made a coffee and I take a pic with her.
Girl,
Yes.
you are the one. Did you make a coffee for Miss Expresso? Because I'm not Miss.
Yes,
Did
that
you?
is why I make love for you today.
Oh, no. Girl.
Yes.
Can we are definitely feeling the love today. Thank you, Sis
Yes.
Princess. Now, listen, Sis Princess made a cup of coffee for Miss Universe, made a cup of coffee for me. Maybe you should make yourself a cup of coffee. Fill up on those cups. We'll see you in a moment.
Only the highest grade Arabica beans. McCafe. Great coffee, simple. See you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3 Friday. But if I take you back to Sunday night when we celebrated the biggest night in Hollywood, yes, of course, I'm talking about the 92nd Academy Awards ceremony, which took place at the Dolby Theatre in Los Angeles. It was a night filled with old Hollywood styles, big speeches, and a few surprising moments. But besides the question of who won what, we keep on asking ourselves, who wore what for the biggest night in film? Now, joining us in studio to tear the red carpet from this year's Oscars apart is the one and only, my favorite Knox Marfo from Cosmo. Hello, Mama.
Hello, baby. How are you?
Girl, you know, I love when you come in because we're about to sip some tea
Exactly.
and just throw some shade.
Yes,
But
let's
listen,
do it.
you were in the Maldives last week, so now you got the glow up, so you
Thank you.
can throw some shade today, right?
Today I'm throwing shade. I feel like I'm well rested enough to sip some tea. And I think there's a lot to talk about at the Oscars. So
Let's get right
let's
into
do it.
A lot of trends were set on with celebrities. What has been some of your key looks for the Oscars?
Well, I think, you know, last time I was here, we were talking about the Golden Globes, and that was kind of the beginning of awards season. Now we really are in the thick of things, so sequins were the order of the day.
Okay.
Every look had some kind of like razzle and dazzle, and I think those were the big things that came out there. The sleeves, maybe not so much. I mean, one of my first best dress has to be
Are we going into it? Are you going into the best dress?
Literally.
Girl,
I
yes.
mean, it's sculpted to perfection. I mean, I think the one thing that the Jenners and the Kardashians know is how to sculpt that body. I mean, whether it's natural or bought, that's not for me to decide. But definitely, I love the way this Ralph and Russo dress has been made, completely sculpted. I would have had the hair up just to kind of give more attention to the dress. I don't know if you agree with me there, but honestly, a total showstopper right here.
I mean, listen, if you're a billionaire, you get to look like that.
Like
I
a
mean,
billionaire,
you got
surely.
to.
I
Who
mean,
else is next for you?
Scarlett Johansson once again came through. I think this is one woman who really understands her body. So really, like, this dress comes together so well. Oscar de la Renta killing it over there with the nice sparkles there, the way it comes down. I think she nailed it, tailoring to a T.
Also, what I like about her face was it's very, like, clean, natural,
100%.
not too much. So,
Yes.
again,
Beauty matches a great dress, always a good one. Always a
girl,
goodie.
ooh.
And then Nominee came here to serve, and this is why I love her. She's always been able to play around, make daring statements on the carpet, and she did so well here. This is obviously Ralph Lauren, looking amazing. Over 150,000 Swarovski crystals in there, and it took over 600 hours to create. So, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I also love this one. I mean, literally sparkles again, once again, the way it just goes. And I mean, we dress the same because I kind of drew inspiration from that.
Okay.
But
I
it's
see it,
beautiful.
Mama.
Molly Sims looking amazing in this dress. A real showstopper, but I like the kind of play with fabric. My fave, Tracy Ellis Ross.
She did the most. I feel like if I had to say best dressed, between her and Kylie, I would probably give it to her.
I think Tracy really came to slay here. This is Zuhal also here, really doing, Zuhair at least, doing so well. I think it's crafted to her body. Again, Tracy understands how her body looks and is always willing to play some great games.
That's ultimately the thing, because like when you when you understand your body, you dress for your body, you come through, and the confidence will just like, hey, mama.
Exactly, it comes together, 100%.
But of course, not a lot of people got the memo, and some people failed hopelessly. Who was on your list for worst dress?
I mean, I have to kick it off with Kristen Wiig. I do not know what's going on here. I mean, I know the sculpture's supposed to be in, but I think it's so badly delivered, you know what I mean? So this is Valentina, and I just wish it came together so much better. I know it's Valentine's Day, but it's a little bit too literal. I like the black and the red. It's just not working. Billy.
Oh, Billy. We've
Billy.
seen Billy slay this season at
100%.
every awards.
100%.
And then for him to be on the worst dress, but I totally agree.
Yeah, I think here we're doing too much. I think the materials are really clashing at this stage. But honestly, I love Billy always for making a statement, obviously. So we always have to commend that. But I just think this combination is not the one.
Yeah.
Margot. Again, we're here again. Honestly, I don't know what to do with her. I mean,
We need to send you to Margot.
I have
you
to.
need to be her
I have
stylist.
to. I mean, she's literally on her tour right now. Birds of Prey doing exceptionally well. But I'm not really happy with this styling. She's the woman of that show, I mean, the movie. So you would hope that she would kind of be a showstopper. But here again, Matrick Borley, and not in the way that's That's aspirational.
Failing miserably. Okay, who's... Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that everything is self-explanatory. Like, if you
do
look,
we
it's
have
like,
to,
okay.
you know what I mean? And I think here we've just trying too much. So I think the clashes of the fabrics here really doesn't work. But I think, you know, maybe had she chosen the top part and carried on with it, we would have really had a beautiful, accentuated, sophisticated dress for the Oscars. But I really have to say this is a mess. And then...
This is the last one. And
I don't know, man. I'm just not happy here. I just think that it's badly shaped.
Yes.
I think the color's incredible. So this is one of the things that I have to take out of that. I just really think she could have done so much more with the shape, with the dress. But, I mean, sometimes you miss it, sometimes you don't. But like I said, sequence, order of the day.
even a belt would have just taken it to a next level, maybe just to go to, like...
Hair, everything just
something
needed...
just failed.
But, you know, luckily, you know, we've got... People can redeem themselves. We've still got a few more award shows coming. So I'm hoping the fashion will come through too.
Mama, you came through for us today. Thank you so much, Knox,
course.
for joining us in studio this morning for our edition of the best and the worst looks from this year's Oscars. Head on over to our Facebook page and let us know who stood out for you from this year's Oscars red carpet. But right now, we're going to take a quick break and we'll see you in a moment.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in to an inspired Expresso this morning. Of course, we're going to be connecting with Zozibini Tunzi in just a moment as she prepares for her Cape Town parade, and hopefully she's going to get the fanfare she deserves. We're going to be connecting with Kat a little bit later for all the SAFTA nominees who's made it onto that coveted list. But of course, we're also preparing for a bumper weekend of sport made all the more exciting by the fact that the Proteas made a very positive start to their T20 series against England on Wednesday night with a one-run, very thrilling 4-0 victory, looking to keep up the good work when they face them again in another 2 T20s, but the first will be later today. Then Super Rugby, we've got another local derby, a Valentine's Day derby, we'll call it. At least it's happening tomorrow. That's between the Lions and the Stormers. Thus far, not a point scored against the Stormers. John Dobson's team, we are hoping that they're going to set the bar for a South African conference at least. And then football action continues with some great PSL fixtures. Premier League back in full swing, and we invited back our friend in sport, Morgan Newman, to give it to us straight up. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. Whew. Weekend. It feels like the weekends just come so quickly.
I know, man, and we love it. We savor every second of it. But let's talk about some of the midweek sporting action here, and what has turned into a fantastic performance by a young team that was given the opportunity to shine against England in the first of the T20s, and they embraced it. They left it late, maybe until the last over for Lungi and Giri to shine with the man of the match performance. 3 wickets in your final over. When you've got the likes of England in with 7 wickets or 7 runs to score off the last over, I'd kind of given them the game.
Yeah, I mean, look, as we said this a couple of weeks ago, this team just needs time.
Yeah.
And they've been given time, they've been given the backing and support, and starting to pick up the close results, and that's where this winning culture is going to start to brew, and we may see this filter into our one-day side, and then hopefully into our test squad, and before we know it, hopefully we will beat us again. But fantastic result. I mean, look, 7 from the last over, or 5 from the last over, whatever it was. You got to back the batting side.
Yeah,
and Lungi and Giri just comes out and really, really bowls really well. So great to see also a senior leader, a leader in the side, coming, taking the final over and bowling so fantastically well.
And I mean, love it or hate it, the shortest format of the game, it's where players play themselves into form. It's where the guys, as you say, create their winning culture. We need the T20 side. It can't be an afterthought anymore. And for us, especially in the context of, drawing the series, losing the test series, a win here would be great.
Yes, I think, that would end off what has been I think there are a lot of positives we can take from the series against the English, but a win here would just top it off with, there is hope.
This was a success, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, interesting, but again, we won the first one in the test matches, we won the first one in the ODIs, and we haven't done too well, so touch some wood.
Oh, man. So, of course, that'll be kicking off later today in Durbs. Go and support the lads if you can. Moving to Super Rugby, a bumper weekend, certainly one of the best local derbies on the cards, but let's look at what's going down from a New Zealand perspective. The Blues up against the Crusaders, and you've got to say this is probably a good chance for the Blues to beat the Crusaders. One of the few chances that they'll get in a Super Rugby season, looking at where the Crusaders were last week. Yeah,
100%, I'm surprised. It was a loss for the Crusaders last week, I think they missed Richie Moanga. I see he's back again this week, but again, I was just randomly going through some stats, and in the last 10 matches that the Blues have played against the Crusaders, they've only won once. And that, for me, just shows you consistently how good this Crusaders side is. And even though they had one off week last week, I think you still got to back them.
Waratahs, Rebels, a very important one for both of them. They could be winless in 3, both teams. So this is vital.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think home ground advantage may play a role here. The Rebels are at home, and I think that may just, make the bookies lean it in their direction. But again, a fixture that's difficult to call, let me tell you, and it's a big result, big fixture for both teams.
Call tomorrow's derby action. You've got to say the Stormers have to be favourites. The Lions team that's kind of been in flux, missing Willem Alberts is not there with injury, but a couple of other injured players coming back into the fold. But this Lions team still finding their feet.
They are still finding their feet. I think a massive, massive blow, and we might only see it tomorrow, is Herschel Yankees not being involved in the Stormers this weekend. I mean, Godwin Masimile is a great little scrum off, and I think he may be effective. But I think they're going to really feel that, the pace of the back of that.
Marshall,
I think they're really going to miss Herschel Yankees. 4 changes have been made to the Stormers side, so.
No Bongi.
No Sia. Yeah. There's some really big names there that, Joano Augustus comes in at 8th man, which I think might be effective. He's a nice, big, strong, burly 8th man, the mold of the Dwayne Vermeulens of the world.
Yeah, smash.
So he may bring a different dynamic to the Stormers. But again, down at Ellis Park it's a tough place to go.
No love will be lost on a Valentine's weekend, undoubtedly. And, of course, we've got a bumper lineup of sporting fixtures on the football side. Stellenbosch FC up against SuperSport United. They'll be looking to push up into a Champions League berth there, undoubtedly. But I think they were held to a draw the last time the two teams met. So don't expect fireworks there. But I think we'll see Orlando Pirates probably up against Black Leopards, being one of the fixtures where Pirates looking to at least close the gap in that chasing pack. And then my pick of the weekend fixture fixtures for English football. It's a difficult one, but I think probably Wolves up against Leicester City at the Molyneux. It should be quite a tight affair. Morgan, enjoy all of the sport this weekend.
Thank you, I will. Get into the
It,
couch.
and you can let us know who you're supporting, especially in Derby Day action tomorrow. Are you Lions? Are you Stormers? Let us know on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.
Of course, today is still Valentine's Day, and maybe you need some inspiration. Now, World Cup winning Springbok Steven Kitsoff and his wife, makeup artist Amy Kitsoff, which we love, spent 2 years living in the Boudoir region of France. Merci beaucoup. So you might expect the idea of quality time together to be all about romantic cafe dinners, over a bottle of wine, you know, that side of thing. But as it turns out, one of their favorite couples' activities is actually boxing. Now, Graham got in on the scoop. Let's take a look.
You can joke about the cliche that couples who train together stay together, but it really does ring true. Great way to connect and show each other support. And certainly the case for our World Cup winning Springbok Steven Kitsoff and his gorgeous wife, Amy. So I've come to Mad Fit to MMA to see how this couple motivate each other inside and outside the gym. Matt, always awesome to connect with you, and in such an awesome environment as well. Love your gym, and with an incredibly cool couple to train with as well. How long have you been training Amy and Steven?
So I've been training Amy, this is our 10th year now. She's been boxing with me. Yeah, I met Amy when we were 19 years old. So it's our 10th year, and I've been training Steven, ever since he's known Amy, so I think 7 years now. So me and Amy train regularly, about 3 to 4 times a week, and obviously with Steven's busy schedule, he comes on his off days and he joins us. But boxing's a big part of Amy's lifestyle and our fitness journey.
And who trains harder, honestly?
Amy's a beast, eh? Yeah. But they both really work hard. So no, we always have fun, and it's an awesome thing to do.
Steven, Amy, so good to reconnect with you guys in such an awesome environment. Brilliant start to the season. How are you feeling? How's the body holding up?
No, I think it was an absolutely amazing start to our Super Rugby campaign, and the body's feeling okay, and just need to keep building on it and keep working towards our goal as a team and trying to win the Super Rugby.
Amy, I haven't had a chance to ask you how you felt about the phenomenal year that he's had. You must be so proud.
No, it's absolutely incredible. That was an amazing experience. And of course, it's incredible to see him bounce back so quick after what was such hard work last year.
Steven, obviously with the Stormers you guys cover, and I've witnessed it firsthand, a huge array of different training techniques. What have you gotten out of this kind of training for fight training or boxing specific training?
I think my hand-eye coordination picked up, footwork, just contact skill, like being able to take a hit and actually not like be phased about it, and little things like that actually I think improved my rugby game. I think it helped a lot.
And Amy, what do you get out of this kind of intense training in this environment?
Well, I think this is a great way to learn a new skill on a one-on-one basis. So yeah, I really love it.
Admittedly, I'm going to feel like a bit of a third wheel, but I'm ready to embrace it. Should we get started?
Steven had to bide his time waiting to become a first-choice prop for the box. And having achieved that, it's made him even more focused than ever, with just the right mindset to take on board all the skills which professional boxing coach Matt Leshing has to offer.
So I've got to ask, while I've got you here alone, have you guys discussed any plans for Valentine's Day? How do you work around the rugby schedule?
So holidays and all that stuff is kind of a myth to us, dating a rugby player, married to a rugby player. I know he's leaving for Joburg to go play the Lions on Valentine's Day. So no concrete plans yet, so we'll have to see closer.
Well, it'll be romantic, sort of. I mean, you could fly with him, yeah.
That's probably the plan.
You could turn it into an event. What do you love the most about him?
I think Steven is the most humble person I've ever met, and the kindest. He's always got a smile on his face, and he treats everybody with the most respect and kindness.
Nice work. Amy, you next.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, heart racing, getting sweaty. Yeah, I can feel it's a proper workout.
So how do you keep that romance, keep that connection in a relationship when you've got so many demands on you?
Yeah, it's spending away from home so much time. It's important to do things like this as a couple together. Try and find time to be in each other's company, and if it's going for dinner, watching a movie, or just enjoying each other's personal space. And yeah, so we come do boxing and then spend some time together. Just love her like dedication and support she has towards myself and her personal life. It's the amount of work goes behind the scenes that people normally don't see that she puts in and make sure that our life runs smoothly.
Whew. It's a bit of a tough act to follow that.
While you can't throw a punch in rugby, everything else matters towards Stephen can only help towards him adding a Super Rugby title to the epic Championship and World Cup wins of last year.
Thank you. Nice, guys. How does that compare to a normal training session?
Boxing is something different, completely different. So I love getting both aspects of fitness in my life, so it's amazing.
And keeping emotionally fit as well, guys. Thank you so much for giving us access to your lives, for opening up like that. It really was awesome. Love both of you. Well done.
Yes, man, it was amazing.
Woo.
Listen, I was hoping that you and Amy would get in the ring.
I would be terrified to get into a ring with Amy. She is good.
No, you can see.
I mean, don't let the gorgeous face. She is a beast in there. But it's so bizarre. Like, I've got a man crush on Steven. You don't understand. He's like one of my favorite rugby players. So that whole day, it was just so like, oh, I was such a third wheel man. But Steven, if you are watching, buddy, thank you so much. That was just so cool being able to go into their kind of very personal
you're
space.
blushing. You're really
Because he's
blushing.
just awesome, man. And Amy is just so sweet and awesome. So good luck tomorrow when they take on the Lions in Joburg. And yeah, man, what a cool way to round off the week, man. Really loved it.
Listen, let's fill up on our coffee cups, and maybe you should fill up on your coffee cups. We'll see you after the break.
Venus. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday on you. It's like, it's a hi. How you doing? It's your feel-good breakfast show right here on SABC3 Friday.
Yeah, plenty to be excited about today. Now, every year around this time, I think everyone knows to expect a pretty major release from the world's most loved brand, Samsung. Certainly here, part of the Samsung family. And whilst we are all hotly anticipating their newest flagship device, I don't think any of us were ready for two devices, especially one that looks like nothing we have seen before. Take a look at this.
Now, every time around this time of year, Samsung starts to tease with a brand new Galaxy Unpacked unveiling, and literally every single person around the world starts to wonder what the phone will look like and what will it be able to do. Now, I don't know about you, but I have the feeling that in 2020, Samsung is about to go even bigger and better. The entire room and world has absolutely no idea what phone is about to be launched. But hey, man, judging by the energy in this room, it's going to be epic. looking forward to at tonight's Galaxy Unpacked unveiling here from Samsung?
It sounds very exciting, and all that I've been hearing is it's something that's going to be amazing.
I love an Android, you know. For me, it's it's easy, technology is good, and I love the Note 10 they gave me the last time with the Springbok, so hopefully we get some exciting news tonight.
From S1 to S2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Naturally, this year you would see the S11 come by, or will you?
We are here tonight to celebrate the launch of the Samsung iconic model, the Galaxy S20 and Galaxy Z Flip.
Mops, where are we? We're at the Samsung S20.
Not only did Samsung reveal one device here tonight, but they revealed two flagship devices, the Galaxy S20 as well as the Galaxy Z Flip. They moved straight from the S10 to the S20, and I think you must admit S20 sounds that much cooler. As for the Z Flip, I mean, just look how funky this phone looks. Mr. Yoon, congratulations on the launch of not only one device tonight, but two brand new devices. Now, last year at Samsung, it was all about the power of 10, but this year, what can we expect in 2020 from Samsung?
So we are here tonight to celebrate the new launch of Samsung iconic models, Galaxy S20 and the Galaxy Z Flip. So this year, different from last year, we are taking a big step of innovation.
S10 to S20, right? And it's not because we're in the year 2020, as many people think. I think what we're trying to demonstrate is that we are now moving at like this massive quantum leap in smartphone technology. It's not just the next iteration, it's a massive new iteration. This is a phone that ends all other cameras, right? I mean, there's no other way to put it. 108 megapixel camera. And then because we've got such high resolution, we're able to use both optical and digital zooms to get 100 times zoom. So that means, think about it, I'm sitting in a stadium watching a football match or the like. I can be at this side of the goal line, I can zoom into you on the other side of the field as if I'm 1 meter away from you.
Man, just look how beautiful this phone is, and the camera quality is out of this world. That has to be my favorite feature. If I had a little bit more time, I would truly show you just how much of a powerful device the Galaxy S20 is. Samsung never disappoints when it comes to throwing events and their big reveals. What would you say has been a standout for you tonight?
Standout for me, I'd say being able to come out with all three of those devices, plus a Z Flip with a different kind of offering. They've decided to move away from that large folding screen and realize that people wanted something that was sleeker in their usual size, to be able to fold that and take that into the normal size is something that people would be more practically be making use of. So, and now they've managed to keep the battery life just so high with the 5,000 milliamps. So I think being able to get all that technology in, plus improve the battery life, and be able to have a phone that makes it absolutely practical in every way and still made it look really, really pretty. And I think people are going to absolutely love it.
Cambridge, it's always a pleasure speaking to you tonight, and I must say Samsung is doing the most in 2020. What are you looking most forward to at tonight's launch of the brand new Galaxy S20?
I'm looking forward to cutting-edge innovation that now will set us apart in the year 2020. And in fact, it's innovation that will set the tone for the category for the next 20 years. For example, we're coming with foldable devices now in a big way. We're leading, we're market leaders in that. We're coming with 5G enabled phones. That's going to be amazing. So, but in effect, the one I'm most excited about is the launch of the S20, S20 Plus and S20 Ultra. Those are cutting edge, first of their kind in South Africa.
So the brand new Galaxy S20, it seems like we're going to be blown away by this device. Talk to us a little bit more about Samsung Pay and just how this brand new innovation has made the customer experience better for people.
We reached 2 million transactions last month, and we've just added a new bank tonight, NetBank. It's really big news. The customers have been asking us, when is NetBank coming? And we're glad to announce that. So with the Z Flip and the S20, you'll be able to enjoy that.
SA's hottest, smartest, trendiest and tech-savviest all in one room to get an exclusive first look at Samsung's latest offerings. Let's go hear what they have to say. Tebogo, you are a filmmaker, so I have to ask you first and foremost, with the new Galaxy S20, how do you think the technology in this new device could possibly change the game?
I've seen sort of the different shifts in the industry, and there's a certain point where all of us were shooting with like massive cameras, and then there was a point where DSLR cameras became like the big thing. I think with this phone coming out, shooting at 8K, and like a lot of industry cameras don't even get as high as 6K, I think there's gonna be a small shift towards now handheld devices to make their films, especially independent filmmakers.
First of all, I have to say I enjoy the 8K feature because as an actor, that is very good for us, which means that you can go around with a phone in your pocket and create a movie at any time.
So the Z Flip for me is really important to be able to kind of fit in my pocket, fit in my purse, fit into my lifestyle. And I love the fact that it gives me what I need, like all my selfies taken care of. That's the most important part, babes.
Oh man, what an amazing evening tonight has been. Last year at Samsung saw the power of 10, but 2020 is all about innovation and ushering in a brand new era of Galaxy. If you're in the market for a brand new phone and looking for something fresh, exciting, and for something that you've never experienced before, look no further.
Oh, I'm just imagining people looking for their goodie bags leaving that event. Like, is it there? Is it there? Is it there? Unbelievable. The S20 Ultra is here. Literally zoom in 100 times. Are you kidding me? The Galaxy Z Flip, probably the coolest thing we've ever seen on the show. A foldable phone with a bezel-less display. We will have them on our show undoubtedly, and they better bring some goodie bags with them. But to top it off, Samsung kept doing the most by announcing Queen Bee, obviously Bonang, and our own Miss Universe, Zobini, as their newest brand ambassadors. A major coup for the brand, and I think for those personal brands, an opportunity to be associated with an unbelievable global identity. Really, really cool stuff. Two queens that deserve that kind of platform. So Samsung are growing for 2020, and no doubt about it, we'll be there to join them. So right now, we are in fact going to be connecting with our golden girl. She is not only our princess, but she is now our queen of the universe.
A very good morning to you, South Africa. It's a beautiful Friday morning. Not only is it Valentine's Day, but also we have the rare opportunity of waking up with Miss Universe, none other than Uzozi Mini Tuzi. We are coming to you live from Table Bay Hotel. Ndase, first of all, you got the memo.
Ndafika, arriva. Yes. Happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
Happy Valentine's Day to
Thank you.
Actually have a Valentine.
I have many, many Valentines. Everyone in the universe is my Valentine at this point.
Oh, look at you. I can't top that, unfortunately. But speaking of everyone, I mean, we've seen through your interviews and your posts, Ukbana, you are genuinely touched by the love and support that you've received from Mzansi. How has it been coming back home?
It's so interesting you say that. This morning I was like, someone was like, she's touching everyone. And I'm like, because I'm so happy. I really am genuinely happy. I mean, I've been, being in New York and feeling the love and getting the messages is not quite the same as actually landing and feeling the spirit of, that South African Ubuntu, that South African flavor and vibe. So, yeah, I'm genuinely happy to be here. I mean, you can see it in my posts.
It literally shows.
Some glow.
You kind of like glow, South African glow. Now, also, apart from seeing fans, supporters, and your peers, you finally got to see your family after moving in New York. Like, how has it been seeing your family?
First thing, was like the first thing on the agenda.
Really?
Yes, it was, because when I landed, I'd been talking about it for a while, for so long, and so everyone that I meet just wants to serve me which is fantastic. I haven't had, but I'm hoping it's going to happen soon before I leave.
And then coming back home, has it now reminded you, Bana, why you have done this in the first place? Because I know being away for too long, you kind of lose track of what it's like back home and the people that, initially you've been doing it for.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, being on the bus yesterday, coming out of the airport yesterday, seeing young children sitting on, the laps and shoulders of their parents with their crowns on. It meant everything to me because it's just, reassuring me that I'm on the right path and that what I'm doing means something to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
For me, even if it meant something to one person, it would have meant that I'm doing something right, and I absolutely love it.
You're doing more than one thing right, Zozimini.
Thank you.
Now, on Saturday, you received a hero's welcome at Tambo International Airport. I was there on the sidelines like, ooh, girl, yes.
I saw you on Twitter. I saw you having the best time at the airport.
I was literally there, Situla Amagwijo. Now, you've been here for a week so far, and so much has happened. You've been announced the new brand ambassador for Samsung, alongside Monang Mateba, Maps Maponyane, and Casper Nyovest. How does it feel to enter that fold?
Yeah, how exciting is it? I mean, the people that you just mentioned, huge personalities in South Africa and Africa as a whole, and so to be a part of that family is absolutely exciting. I can't wait to see how that partnership is going to be. It's an absolute honor. I mean, it's only 2 months now being Miss Universe, and to be able to do something like this is incredible.
Now, we were talking about your schedule since arriving back home. She works, 24 hours. Now, at home, when you went home, Kutsolo, I mean, there's a mural of you that was unveiled in the image of you. How is that important for you?
Yeah, in the library even. I think that was quite touching for me because everyone knows how I advocate for education and how much I love reading. And for me, I was hoping that being there would push, young people to read more, to go to the library more.
Yes.
I wanted to be that hub of safety that the young kids from where I come from love. So it was an absolute honor to see, that mural being unveiled, and I hope it means something, and I hope that, children will learn more, will take education more seriously, and will take up reading, make it a sport.
Education is definitely the key to success, and I know that you've been advocating for it for a while now. You've also mentioned, I've seen in the streets that you mentioned that Miss Universe just might be coming to South Africa.
Big might. Well, we're hoping, we're crossing fingers. It's not something that's happening yet, so people must not come for me and say, you said, but it's something that might happen. It's something that we're hoping for, because, I mean, wouldn't it be incredible for me to hand over the crown, in South Africa? I've been preaching a lot about how much this crown means, about how much I want young girls and young boys to see their faces reflected in mine, for them to actually see it in person. I want them to feel it, to touch it, to see the hope, like right here at home. And so that's why it's so important for me to have it here. And so, I'm hoping that happens, man. I'm hoping that happens.
We would love to experience that with you, because obviously it is important for you, to you, because you come from the Eastern Cape, and it's unfortunately one of the poorest parts of our country.
Yes.
But what you have achieved, CC, is absolutely incredible, because it's so inspirational to many of us. Now, Namhlanje, you are gearing up for a parade that's happening in your honor in Cape Town.
Yes, I am.
mean, you're going to be seeing people. Where can we find the different routes?
Yeah, I'll actually be mostly across the CBD. You know how the CBD is like a block thing in Cape Town, so we'll be just driving around there. And so I'm hoping people from CPUT will come see me.
Are you
went
listening?
there, people at CPUT. Better come support your girl, alumni. I'm hoping to see a lot of young, I know there's a lot of schools, around the CBD in Cape Town as well. I'm hoping they'll come through. I'm hoping everyone will come through, to join in the celebration, because I speak so highly, about South Africa and how much I love home. And I know people have been excited as well. And so to see them today would be an absolute honor and a pleasure and all of those things.
Now, we also love you, and we cannot wait to see you in the city streets. Now, make sure to come out in your numbers later on this morning. But Uzozimini Tuzi is still around, so keep it locked right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. All of this and more after this.
Tropical Island of Treasure is back for a 9th season, and this time around we're coming to you from the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao. Here, 6 celebrities and 6 smooth fans will pair up to compete for fame and fortune and the smoothest treasure of all, a shared 1 million rand. 3, 2, 1, go! Catch the new season of Tropical Island of Treasure Curacao every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. from the 3rd of March on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very good morning to you, beautiful people. Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live right here on SABC3. Thank you so much for choosing to wake up on the right side of bed and waking up with us. And the conversation with Zozibini Tunzi continues with Kuhle, and we'll be back after this.
We are coming to you live from Table Bay Hotel. I am with none other than Miss Universe 2019, Zozibini Tunzi. Now, before the break, we were chatting about, you know, you coming back home and how it's been like. But let's talk about Miss Universe. Yes. It's a big, big responsibility. How does it feel to carry such weight?
I know it is quite a huge responsibility because I have a lot of people, you know, looking to see what I'm doing, looking to see what I'm talking about, and so that's why it's important to me to use this platform as responsibly as possible. Yes. To speak about the things that I think matter in society and things that I'm passionate about, things that I think will evolve the world, will evolve the youth, will evolve women. It is quite pressure, but I think just waking up to being myself and being passionate about my job and who I am makes it quite easier.
Absolutely. Now, I know that it's your first time outside of South Africa. Yes. And you carry such an intense responsibility, but you have a very special support structure in America. I'm talking about Miss USA, Miss America, Miss Teen USA. How has that kind of family been for you?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Chesley, Miss USA, is my roommate, and I couldn't have asked for, you know, a better person to leave with, because she became my first friend, really, in the States. And Miss Teen, the cutest you will ever come across, super bubbly and just alive. So the adjustment because of those sisters has been incredible. You know, to be a part of this with Miss USA, Miss Teen, and Miss America, you know, being the 4 black women to carry, you know, the title holders at the same time. It was an incredible thing to watch, incredible thing to see happen. And I'm hoping that it doesn't stop here and doesn't stop just with pageants, you know, in the corporate world as well. We hope it happens there in any parts of the world. You know, we hope, you know, black excellence and young, strong women keep making their mark.
I love that you mentioned that, because to a lot of people, pageants have lost kind of their real meaning, and you have, you know, cemented the notion of leadership back into them, and we absolutely love seeing it. Now, obviously, what has been the biggest adjustment moving to New York from South Africa?
Well, I mean, firstly it was the weather, then it was the food. I mean, to go shopping is you have to kind of find your new favorite things. Yes. Because there's certain things that you don't find that are only in South Africa. And so, yeah, it was the weather and definitely the food at first. I had to go for jackets as well, because you can't bring a South African jacket to New York and think it's going to protect you. It's a different kind of cold. It's a different kind of cold. You have to buy it there. So, you know, it's those things. But other than that, it's been a fantastic move. I think I've adjusted well. I mean, obviously homesick once in a while, but I've adjusted quite well.
I mean, that's very understandable. What's funny is that on social media you tweeted, oh my gosh, I need this specific South African spice for my food because you miss it so much. Have you received any?
I've received plenty to last me like the next 2 years. I feel like everyone I meet just like brings me the product, and it's absolutely, you know, it's a running joke now.
I was about to say that it is a running joke. Now, for the rest of your reign, what should people be looking forward to as Zozibini, as Miss Universe?
To continue, you know, standing up for the things that I believe in, to continue being myself, because what I really want to show is that there's power in being ourselves and embracing ourselves 100% for who we are, and that there's so much we can achieve if we are just that honest with ourselves. And so that's what I'm hoping my reign will be about, you know, a reflection of truth and honesty and representation and inclusion and all those nice things.
All those lacquer things, hey? Now, also, it's Valentine's Day. We are dressed in red.
Yes,
I'm not
I got
sure
the memo.
if I should actually ask this, but it's something that I've thought about for a while. Are you allowed to have a Valentine, like a significant other?
Yes, you are allowed. I mean, you are allowed to have a significant other, but I guess it's a personal choice for whoever decides to make their relationship an open thing to the public or not. But, you know, you're definitely allowed to have, you know, special people in your life, friends, a relationship. You have a life as a Miss Universe.
At the end of the day, you are human.
Yes, you are definitely human.
And then do you have a special somebody?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. So, Zivini, you are incredible. And the last time we sat down, I was running to be presenter search on 3 to be the official presenter for the show.
And you won the next day.
Yes!
Congratulations on that. It's been 2 months, right?
It's been 3 months.
3 months.
And you were 2 weeks away from, you know, Miss Universe.
Yes.
Everything just came full circle, and I'm so happy to be doing this interview with you.
I'm so happy for you.
You are incredible. So keep on keeping on and keep on doing what you're doing, inspiring young children, and take back our love and support with you back to New York and continue doing absolutely amazing things. And also have fun this morning at the parade.
Definitely.
That was Miss Universe, everybody. Miss Universe Zozimini Tunzi, right here live at Table Bay Hotel. Right now, though, as we continue with our chit-chatter, it's time to look at the news headlines with Uncle Tabsy.
Thank you very much, Kuhle. Starting off here in South Africa, where President Cyril Ramaphosa touched on various important and pressing matters in his State of the Nation address to Parliament last night. One of these announcements was that Culinary in Gauteng will soon have a new science and technology university. Ramaphosa said 9 TVET colleges campuses would also be established in KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape, with a 64 billion boost to build college and university residences. He also revealed that a crime detection university would be established at Hammanskraal in Limpopo, rather the Northwest, to improve the quality of general and specialized policy investigations. Virgin Atlantic is resuming seasonal service to Cape Town 6 years after axing the South African city from its network. The UK carrier will operate daily Boeing 787-9 flights between London's Heathrow and Cape Town from the 25th of October, complementing its existing daily service to Johannesburg. Virgin Atlantic said in a statement they expect to see a high proportion of leisure travelers on this route, taking advantage of the sun, the safaris, and of course the world-famous wine region. In international headlines, the cost of the coronavirus to global oil markets has come into sharp focus as the International Energy Agency yesterday said global oil demand will see its first quarterly decline in over a decade. The impact of the coronavirus on oil demand will be significant, the IEA said, adding that China made up more than 3/4 of oil demand growth last year alone. And China yesterday announced a massive 15,000-person spike in coronavirus cases, bringing the total number of people infected to above 60,000 and the death toll to 1,366. Sudan has agreed to compensate the families of 17 U.S. sailors who died when their ship, the USS Cole, was bombed by Al-Qaeda at a port in Yemen. This is back in 2000. This is a key condition set by the U.S. for Sudan to be removed from its list of state sponsors for terrorism. The U.S. ruled Sudan was responsible for the attack as the 2 suicide bombers involved were trained in the country. Removal from the U.S. blacklist would allow sanctions to be lifted, a major objective of Sudan's new government. And now news of a First Lady's kindness and generosity. Namibia's First Lady, Monica, has promised to donate her vast wealth of $3 million to charity when she dies. It is reported that she plans to leave it to her One Economy Foundation. Gengo's foundation lends money to entrepreneurs, gives grants to students, and supports victims of gender-based violence. And appropriately, the board members include a security guard and a domestic worker. The First Lady denied rumors that she had political ambitions and said that she is convinced that you do not need to be a politician to effect change. Gengos, who is a lawyer, worked closely with victims of sexual harassment last year when Namibia's #MeToo movement went viral on social media, with hundreds of women naming and shaming alleged sexual predators. And that's where we leave it for now. Here's Graham with a look at your sports.
Let's kick it off with cricket. Ahead of a bumper weekend of sport, the Proteas will be looking to secure the T20 International Series when, of course, they take on England in the second of 3 matches today at Kingsmead Stadium in Durban. South Africa won a very dramatic first T20 by just 1 run after man of the match Lungi Ngidi claimed 3 vital wickets in the final over. The 2019 Cricket World Cup winners England will, however, look to bounce back after their loss in the match between South Africa and England kicks off at 6 p.m. this evening in Durban. Then World Rugby yesterday announced that the Hong Kong and Singapore Sevens tournaments set to take place in April this year had been postponed due to the coronavirus outbreak. Flu-like virus has already affected numerous sporting events across the globe, including Formula One's Chinese Grand Prix. The Hong Kong and Singapore legs of the World Rugby Sevens Series will now be held in October this year. Then on to the 15-man game. The 3rd round of Super Rugby will kick off with a New Zealand derby between the Blues and Crusaders at Eden Park later today. Second weekend fixture of the day will see Australia's Rebels and Waratahs go head-to-head in the bottom of the Australian Conference clash. Both teams desperate for a win after losing their opening fixtures. And turning our local teams, of course, the Sharks travel to the Hurricanes for a tough one. And there'll be yet another local derby as well for the unbeaten Stormers, yet to concede a point when they take on the Lions at Emirates Airline Park tomorrow. And staying with rugby news, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology will start their Varsity Shield title defence when they face the Walter Sisulu University at the CPUT Sports Grounds in Belleville this evening. CPUT was crowned champions after beating Madiba's 32-28 in a very thrilling final last year. The first round of the second-tier competition in the annual Varsity Rugby Series will also see the Madibas take on UKZN and Rhodes University taking on TUT. All fixtures will kick off at 7 p.m. tonight. Then there are going to be 8 PSL fixtures this weekend, starting with Stellenbosch FC. They'll take on SuperSport United at the Cape Town Stadium. Then defending PSL champions Mamelodi Sundowns, who currently sit in 3rd place on the standings, they'll face Chippa United. Current league leaders Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, they'll also be in action over the weekend. Amakosi face very much in-form Maritzburg United, and the Buccaneers have an away fixture against Black Leopards on Sunday. And staying with football action, Premier League action will resume this weekend with table-toppers Liverpool looking for their 18th consecutive win up against bottom of the league Norwich City at Carrow Road. Reds will be looking to extend that lead at the top of the table with a win over Norwich, who are currently last on the log. Some other weekend fixtures, one that you definitely want to look out for at the Molyneux. Wolves will take on Leicester City. Aston Villa will face off against Tottenham looking for a Champions League berth, and Arsenal will be hosting Newcastle United at the Emirates Stadium on Sunday. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the roads.
The roads.
The roads.
Thank you very much, G-Man. We take a look at the roads. We start off in Gauteng, out in Sandton. There is bumper-to-bumper traffic this morning. That's on Witkoppen Road between Malibongwe Drive and Riverbend Road. So please keep a lookout for this. And in the Western Cape, Belleville, on the N1 inbound, there has been an accident. That's after Durban Road. It's obstructing the middle lane, so please approach with caution and take it easy this morning. And off to the trains, Metro Rail, Cape Flats line. There is an extended travel time of 40 to 50 minutes. That's on the Cape Flats line due to signal equipment failure. Now, this impacts Simon's Town line as well. Train services there will be delayed. And that's where we leave for now. Here is Jamie Lee with a look at your weather.
Thank you so much, Tabi. So it's a beautiful Friday. We've asked you to send in your sunrise pictures. Thank you so much to Nombulelo Gama, who sent us this amazing sunrise from Soweto, where warmer conditions are expected with partly cloudy conditions, reaching a maximum of 29 degrees today. So it's going to be a beautiful day for you guys. Louise Sherry also sent us this beautiful sunrise from Park Riney, where mainly sunny conditions are expected with high humidity and southwesterly wind, reaching a maximum of 29 degrees. Again, a beautiful day. Feeling the love today on this Valentine's Day, but let's take a look at the rest of the country. Now, thunderstorms are expected for you, Polokwane, with a low of 16, peaking at 29 degrees today. Umbombela, a low of 20 and a maximum of 32. If you find yourself in Pretoria today, your range is 18 and 31. Johannesburg, 16, 30. Mahikeng, 18, 32. If you find yourself in Klerksdorp today, 19, peaking at 32 degrees as well. Now, a northwesterly wind of 11 kilometers per hour for you, Kimberley, with a low of 20 and a maximum of 32 degrees. High humidity can be expected for Bloemfontein, ranging from 17 to 31 degrees. Plenty of sunshine today for Richards Bay, 22, 34 of maximum. Pietermaritzburg, 18, 33. And then, of course, South Africa's playground, Durban, 24, 30. If you find yourself in Mthatha today, 17, 32 is your temperatures for the day. A southwesterly wind of 15 kilometers per hour can be expected for East London, with a low of 21 and a high of 27. Cradock, 16, 37. Port Elizabeth, PE, 20, 25. Now, high humidity can be expected for George today, with a range of 17 and a high of 24. The lowest temperature in the country, as always, can be found in Sutherland, with an all-low of 13 and a high of 29. The mother city, Cape Town, is beautiful today, with a low of 16 and a high of 24. Clear skies for Worcester today, with a low of 16 and a high of 33. Springbok, 20, 34. And as always, the highest temperature in the country can be found in Uppington, with an all-low of 25, peaking at 38. Of course, whatever the weather today, it's a Friday, and of course, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh yes, happy Valentine's Day. Indeed, the 14th of Feb. It's all about love today, Shat.
It is indeed all about love, isn't it?
About the love. And they say the way to someone's stomach, no, the way to someone's heart. Okay, because no one wants to find themselves in
Love's
someone's
getting you
stomach.
today, huh?
But love is definitely smacking me here. But the way to someone's heart is really often through food and through the stomach. This is true, we know.
Absolutely.
Right? We all love a delicious, tasty, and sometimes a meal with a bit of a twist, especially on Valentine's Day. And so what we've decided to do here is we're deciding to come together with a effortless, good food that can pull at the heartstrings. And on Wednesday, we asked you at home if you were planning on whipping something up in the kitchen for your special loved one, and if you have any questions that you'd like to ask our panel of experts, we asked you to send in any of those questions. We're joined this morning by Chef Chart to help you out with just that. I've got a question for you, and this is a sweet one. It's from Rick Robertson. He says, I want to surprise my wife with an apple and pear tart, as these are now in season. Do you have any recipes I can use or advice you can share?
Well, I mean, firstly, wonderful seasonal things. I mean, you can think of, you know, sort of apples with a lovely crisp sort of sharpness, but lovely sort of sweetness to it as well.
Yeah.
So you can start thinking of pies, you can start thinking of crumbles. Yeah. But I mean, one of the most classic and iconic French pastries out there is tarte-tatin.
Oh,
and that's
say
what
it
I'll show you
again,
today.
sir.
Tarte-tatin.
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 Sounds like a song rolling off your tongue. What exactly? That sounds really fancy.
Tarte-tatin basically is a caramel which we got going on here, and a dark caramel. I love it. The darker the better.
Love that.
And then some seasonal fruit, pears, and apples, and that's it. So they've all been prepped for us.
Okay.
And then, so what you want to do is make your actual caramel. So sugar and water.
Okay.
And what you allow, you bring it up to a boil, and you caramelize it.
Okay. All right.
Now, if you look at the tart here, it's quite light.
Are you
If you look
using
what I'm
one?
going to do, because I had it on here and I'm talking too much. And if you look at that, I mean, how gorgeous is that dark colour?
Man,
Now,
yes.
I really believe, push it. I mean, smell that. It's dark,
the aroma
it's decadent.
is pulling through. I love it.
Absolutely.
Living for it.
And I mean, if you want that tarte-tatin, classic, iconic tarte-tatin, it's going to be dark. It's going to have this bitter note to it.
And you have to do it properly as well. You have to go all the way.
Absolutely.
All the way. Okay.
So, in terms of to finish this off here, butter, cold butter in small batches.
Okay.
Because you don't want to drop the sugar temperature too much.
Okay.
Because then what happens is that you might get, you know, sort of the sugar caramelizing. So bit by bit, and you want to infuse that together.
You want to phase yourself.
Absolutely. So that into there, and again, let's put another little knob of butter in here as well. And then to that, a little bit of vanilla extract or vanilla essence.
Love it, for the flavour.
Someone one day is going to grow another ear with vanilla essence, but anyway, hey-ho. And then some wonderful spices. Cinnamon, and then a little bit of, what is that? Cardamom. Cardamom. Oh, I love a little cardamom.
In there. Well, listen,
Pop that into there.
If you want to get your hands on this recipe, and this sounds like the recipe you want to get on your phone, SMS TART to 33728. That's TART to 33728. We'll send you an SMS directly to your phone with a list of all these ingredients and the step-by-step guide on how to get this going in your own home.
And then lastly, I'm just putting a little splash of brandy, or you could do something like Calvados as well, which is the pear liqueur. And that's it. So this is this wonderful, you know, caramel. I mean, just look at that colour. That colour is gorgeous.
I want to drink it.
Oh, you could almost, but I mean, you sort of, you can imagine this. I mean, that's probably sitting at 180 degrees,
Yes,
so be warned on that.
Yes.
Right, up to you. Do you want to play something, or do you just want to chuck it all in?
Okay, should we just chuck it all in there?
No, in there, in the pie dish.
Okay, cool.
So if you really want to be, you can go and, you know, put them out, la 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 la.
You've got the
you
time.
can do a little heart shape, you know, whatever you want to do. Hey, you could even do your sort of, you know, the initial of your loved one as well. How's that?
How's that
so
for
creative.
being impressive? Okay, some apples there as well?
Right, chuck them in,
Okay,
absolutely.
So it's all mixed
this is what I love about that. And let's just sort of mix it around a little bit. Around, there you go.
Okay.
All right, and then taking that gorgeous caramel that we've made. Oh, this is quite dark.
We're going to have to do something with that cinnamon stick. Well,
just take that out, and then
sealing it at the end.
And then all we need to do now is taking that.
Oh,
there we go. I know it's dark, but I mean dark. But you'd be amazed. You think it's burning? It's not. You want this dark, decadent.
But your fruit is probably sucking in all of this decadence.
Well, that's what it's going to do when it actually bakes now. And then taking your puff pastry.
Yeah.
Okay. And all you need to do then is taking that, keep it nice and cold as well.
Yeah.
Pop that straight onto the top and just crimp it.
Some finger work coming in
around there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Pop that into there. Don't forget a little piercing on the top.
What's this for again?
Because that allows the steam to evaporate. Otherwise, what you end up with is a soggy pastry, which you don't want to do.
Love it.
Pop that into the oven, 180 degrees.
Yes.
Bake it. It is lovely and golden. Out it comes. Allow it to cool. Very important that it cools.
Yeah.
And then what you need to be doing is taking that with a board and a plate.
Yeah.
And then you top it over.
Yeah.
It's actually, the name is a very famous hotel that was, they say the name is from, or the Tartatan sisters, the clumsy sisters.
Okay.
When they actually try to take out the oven, it fell over. Hence its name, Tartatan.
Which hopefully doesn't happen when you try and make this at home.
Not at all.
Once again, the keyword is TOT to 33728. SMS TOT to 33728 will send you an SMS with a link to the recipe. And in there, you'll also have a list of all ingredients. This is fantastic. I'm going to be trying it out a little bit later on.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And hopefully you have found your way to my heart, child.
There we are. What do you like?
Well done, good man.
Thank you, gentlemen. Loved up in the kitchen. We're going to continue feeling the love this morning. Hopefully, you are aware that it is Valentine's Day right now. Then you hopefully have got everything set for Valentine's Day so that you're going to make your love feel special, that you aren't having this moment of like absolute dire panic where you've realized that you haven't gotten anything. And one thing I will tell you right now, when a woman says that, oh, no, they don't want anything for Valentine's Day, they are lying. They are secretly expecting that we'll do the most. So I've got some questions here I want to find out, because I know both of you ladies are very astute in the matters of love. Don't laugh. I know you are a romantic at heart, just like me. Princess, I'm gonna put some questions to you guys and see which way you are tending towards. And maybe this will help guys out there kind of get it right. Do the most for Valentine's Day. Okay. So it's kind of like a game of would you rather.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to present you with two options here. Chocolates or flowers?
Neither, but...
Flowers.
Flowers?
Yes.
Flowers are awesome, hey?
Flowers, yeah, flowers, definitely.
See, Tabisa's a flowers man, clearly. Teddy bears, yay or nay? Do you like teddy bears, or is it too much?
Nay.
Nay? Oh, come on. Beautiful jewelry or a personal handwritten note?
Personal handwritten note.
What?
Yeah,
Just say jewelry, man. Buy me jewelry, man. Don't be writing me a note. A romantic dinner at home or a restaurant? Do you want to be at home, candlelit at home? Really?
Home, yes.
Okay.
I want to be out.
You want to be out there on display to the world. Red roses, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay. Gotta go. Nothing goes wrong with red roses. Public displays of affection on social media.
Public display on social media.
You're on social media. Do you want them to gush over you and be all personal on social media?
No.
No. You say that, but like, I have a feeling that's another one of those, like, you don't want it, but secretly you do want it.
Like,
you do want
it. Just put it out there,
like
put me in your Instagram story, like, hey, that's my boo-boo.
That's my baby, my baby shoes, my love. Oh, I love it, man. Okay, well, thank you for being blatantly honest. You've earned a cup of coffee, at the very least. So whether you have forgotten or not, and don't quite know what to do about Valentine's Day, or maybe doubting that you have got the right plans in place for Valentine's Day, we've got some good advice for you, okay? Make it personal. Personal is always best, undoubtedly. And then here's a cool tip. McDonald's have a Valentine's Day promo where you can buy a dreamy Sunday ice cream, a nice icebreaker, excuse the pun, and a beautiful fun pair of red socks for only $49.99. So what says I love you more than a cozy pair of socks and a beautiful ice cream as well? So make sure that you do the most this Valentine's Day and share some of that loving.
Love it.
Hey.
welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Friday. It's a Friday. It's Valentine's. We can feel the love over here in studio, and hopefully you're feeling it at home too. Now, you know what time of the year it is. Around this time, South Africa, the television and film industry, we all come together to celebrate and reward excellence in these fields, ranging from the performers we see on our screens to all the technical people who work really hard to bring the best of South African television content to you. And the SAFTAs are on. We're crossing over there now where Katya is on standby.
Well, a very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us for this live broadcast where the Mall of Africa right now is a hive of excitement and activity, and so it should be as we speak about the annual celebration and reward of the Golden Horn, which is coming to us on the 27th and the 28th of March from Johannesburg. Of course, I'm talking about the 14th annual South African Film and Television Awards. Now, the process that takes place independently of the National Film and Video Foundation sees over 200 judges who have the incredible task of not just reviewing but debating and choosing the ultimate winners. And we're joined this morning by NFBF's CEO, Makhosazana Khanyile, as well as the overall judging chairperson of the SAFTA's judging committee, Dr. Janet van Eerden, to give us a bit more on this process and, of course, to give us a bit of excitement about the upcoming awards ceremony that we are all sitting and quite tightly in anticipation for. Ladies, a very good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. How are the nerves ahead of not just the big ceremony coming up on the 27th and 28th, but today as well? Because today is a very, very big day.
Today is very big, right? And I think it's a culmination of a process that has been, I think, amazing, that has gone really very well. Thanks in part to Dr. Janet and the overall team that has worked so hard behind the scenes, watching hours of footage, and coming to this decision that we'll be announcing today. So it's quite exciting, but also nerve-wracking.
How about you, Dr. Janet? How are the nerves for this morning? How are you feeling? I see you taking a couple of deep breaths already.
Yes, I'm not used to being on television like you are. But it's been an incredible process, and I'm a co-chair with Bongiwe Salani, who's been wonderful. And we're both chairpersons of a judging panel of over 205 judges, and there were 83 categories, and it was an enormous amount of work. And I think what is most amazing is the people on the ground from the NFBF who've been running off their feet to organize such a logistical nightmare. But we've worked hard. We've tried to solve all the problems along the way. It's been very hard. Some people got very upset.
Of course.
But today is the beginning of the fruits of the labor.
Absolutely. Now, of course, I think the overall view of the South African Film and Television Awards is to help South Africans to really recognize the talent that is within our borders, and just how magnificent it really is and how it does really measure up to international standards. But let's talk about why it's so important for South Africans to really plug into the South African film and television industry.
I mean, I think if you see the power of arts, right? It's a creative art form. It is about telling authentic stories, and we have such amazing quintessentially South African stories that are important to tell. And I think if you look at the world over and how localization has made it important for people to tell their own stories in their own words, it's important for our audiences and South Africans to buy into the industry, to buy into the craft, to realize that it's not just about the glitz and the glamour of it all, that it's actually a business, you know. So we encourage South Africans to seek local content, to go and support South African movies when they are on cinemas, because it has a ripple effect, right? The same way that SAFTAs does. I mean, if you look at how the Oscars, for instance, will change the trajectory of your career just by being nominated. Absolutely. It has a ripple effect to the industry as a whole, because then all of a sudden, you know, you no longer have to audition, for instance, because, you know, you have the nominated for in front of your name, you know, and it comes with SAFTA winning, and it comes with a lot of gravitas, you know, and I think it does absolutely pave the way for young stars and even seasoned actors and actresses to just put a stamp on their careers, to say, you know, I'm recognized by my peers that have done great, you know, work. And I think the Golden Horn is a representation of being able to dream of stories coming to life and of connecting with audiences, because it's the audiences that sit on their couches night in and night out, falling in love with these characters. So
tweeting about them, no less.
Tweeting about them, being upset with them. And so it's all, I think, a culmination of an industry that
we're talking about the fact that I think most of us in the industry that work in it know that it's a relentless pursuit, it's a labor of love, and yet these recognitions stand head and shoulders as one of the most important events that can happen. Why is it so important that we give recognitions to those directors, the actors, the craft people, everyone involved in the process of producing South African entertainment in all its forms?
And I think Katlego, as of course designer said, the most important thing that we are doing by celebrating local talent is encouraging representation of South African people. And we've come from an era of Hollywood being the dominant narrative that everybody has known or seen. And here we have now the chance to redress that, and we have been. The SAFTAs have been redressing that balance by making people celebrate our talent and recognizing our stories. And all the specific different genres show that there is so much local talent and so much local desire for stories which talk to the South African people from all walks of life. And I think this representation and the acknowledgement of people who are trying to do the representation is what the SAFTAs is all about.
Well, ladies, thank you very much for joining us. I'm sure that you have a very busy schedule ahead of you. And of course, to you at home, thank you so much for joining us when we bring you the ins and outs of this wonderful, exciting ceremony that is the nominee ceremony of the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards. And of course, not forgetting that the 27th and the 28th of March 2020, Johannesburg will be the host city for this year's South African Film and Television Awards. And we'll be bringing you all of the action right here at the Mall of Africa live. And now crossing back to you in the studio.
Oh, exciting times. I know a lot of nervous nominees out there, but we're going to preemptively compliment everyone who makes it onto that list this morning. We'll continue to cross to the Mall of Africa and join Kat as we meet some of those nominees. But of course, we've got Marguerite van Eeren and Amalia Ace on the couch. In just a moment, we're going to be chatting about what looks like a very loved-up film for Valentine's Day. So, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. We'll get into that in just a moment, so don't stray too far.
My name's Colleen Weinhardt and I'm 26 years old. The reason I entered Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 is because I watched the previous season and it looked like so much fun, and I think I really need an island vacation. How I'm preparing for the island and the challenges that are going to be there, I'm doing a lot of mental activities to keep my brain sharp, and I've started hitting the gym really hard. My family is very important to me, so my little sister is my biggest fan, and one of my biggest motivators is my friend Klaus. Whatever she puts her mind to, she will achieve it, no matter what she does.
She's got a drive like no other.
Yeah.
When we heard she's in Tropica Island of Treasure, we were over the moon, because I still gave her my gym membership to get there.
They were super excited when I told them that I'm going to enter Tropica, and then when I finally told them that I got it, they basically jumped out of their seats. So I think they're very excited to see what this journey holds. Watch me on Tropica Island of Treasure Curacao, coming to you soon on SABC 3.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for tuning in on this very loved up Friday morning. Happy Valentine's Day if we haven't said it to you already. Bottom line, love may travel across continents from Potchefstroom to London and all the way back to Namibia, but it always does return. This is the narrative being explored in great detail and with great relish in what looks like an amazing new film released across cinemas nationwide today called Vergeet my nie. Let's take a look.
Ek moet maandag gaan in die Kaap wees.
Ek kan nie net Kaap toe gaan nie, maar ek gaan boer.
Sê maar ek was die hoofbroodwinner.
Wat maak dit saak wie die hoofbroodwinner
Dit
is?
maak vir my saak, jy goed. Want iemand moet altyd iets opgee en dis altyd die onderdanige vrou.
Jy weet nou vir die dag is. En jy ook weet hoe vir die liefde nie.
You have a throbbing heart. Proof that you're alive.
Jakkels. Die wêreld het stories nodig, stories soos ons. Van toeval en tuimeldroër liefde. Van 'n gelukkige einde met die liggies, die horison en die klipkoppies. Vergeet my nie.
Rarig.
It looks lovely. It just looks so sweet and lovely and awesome. Joining us on the couch to share more about this incredible film, actresses from the film itself, Marguerite van Eeren and Amalia Ace. Please give them a very warm Expresso welcome. Oh, ladies, it does look beautiful. It looks beautifully shot, which is always a first step, but it just looks so lovely. Does it make you do you get the warm and fuzzies when you actually see it on screen, when you see the promos?
I think we're like, you get very excited if you know we worked quite hard on it, and then to see the final product, you're like, yay, excited.
Hey, it's a film.
Yeah, but also I think watching yourself in a production don't necessarily get the warm and fuzzies. No,
that's why we do live. Did I do that? Oh my word!
But it's beautiful. Oh man, it looks amazing. It does give us that warm, fuzzy feeling. But you played the lead, Mardeline, in the film, also with the character Hugo. How do you then, in a true love story?
Because this is the true story.
It is a true story. So how do you go into character? Do you start getting feelings? Do you have to go to your past relationships and ignite that feeling?
Are you method?
Oh, yeah.
It's a difficult question while the boyfriend is here.
No, I think
he's the inspiration.
Yes, definitely. Well, for Mardeline, because she exists, with other films, you want the audience, like the whole South African public, to like it. Well, where with Vergeet my nie, you just worry about Mardeline. You want her to be able to see herself in the character. So that was very important for me. But they're two such lovely people. I think Amalia met them as well in Namibia, and they're so incredible that at the end of the day, we had free reins to act how we wanted.
Do you embody them? Do you try and get the nature, the spirit of them, or do you try and get down to physical tics that they have? And to what extent do you go to become that person?
I think if you play a real life person and they want you to absolutely embody that person, they need to give you more time with them, like a year, and to get to know
Follow them around.
So we only met them, I'm walking like this. But we only met them at the end of the film. So, no, I think you read the script and then you're like, okay, cool, this is how my character will be.
It was just inspired by.
Yeah.
It's not like a character sketch of a specific person.
Okay, I love that.
No.
I have to ask, what's it like being on an international story like this? Because this is big, Vergeet my nie, an Afrikaans drama. Take us through it.
I think you mean international in terms of the fact that we went to London?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think it was definitely a first for both of us in our careers, and I think the rest of the cast as well. It was so much fun. I think you guys worked much harder in London.
No,
I went to London for one scene where I had no dialogue, scripted dialogue. I had to ad-lib. So I had the best time of my life. I went for one scene, and the rest of the time I was there, I went to see The Night of the Iguana at one of the theatres. I saw, what's his name? Colin...
Firth? Colin?
Nee. Ach, damn it. Nou kan ek nie sy naam onthou nie.
Colin...
Anyway, hy was in Closer en die vrou Anna Gunn van Breaking Bad. I saw them live on the stage. So I had.
So you went to work on your craft. You literally went to go and work on your craft.
But they were troopers. I think you can tell them more about what you had to do guerrilla style.
Yeah, in London, we didn't have it was not like we didn't have a permit.
I was going to ask.
So we'd shoot and then the police would come and they follow you. So they will, like if you get out the train station, they told you put off your camera, they'd like follow you on CCTV. So at one point, me and the cinematographer, like, no, we married, we're on our honeymoon, he's just taking a video of me, please. So no, it was quite intense.
Ended up shooting half the film on a cell phone just so you could like get away with it. So that's obviously one of the challenges for bringing a film like this together. I gush over filmmakers in this country because it takes a lot. It takes a lot of funding, first of all, so the producers deserve a massive pat on the back. And I think where Afrikaans film has just leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the film industry here, as they are able to find that balance to make something that looks really international, the quality of it, but still really embodies what fans want to see. What will moviegoers get out of this film, do you think? What are you most proud of?
Sure, I think
I think what stands out for me as a slightly older part of the cast is a beautiful, young, fresh, dynamic cast. Like, you guys were amazing. You and Sean carried, Sean Marku carried that story with so much grace and confidence and truth. And the rest of the guys, you're going to see a lot of them in the future, I'm sure. So that for me stood out, the performances, and that people can look out for a new cast, and also, yeah, just enjoy the beautiful story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's local, and local is lacking. We must support local because I think we make amazing films.
Completely.
And after Parasite won the Oscars, I think we can also maybe start going and winning the Oscars.
Come on. Foreign language is what it's about.
Yeah. And I think a strong theme that comes out that's extremely current, although it's set in the 90s, is like empowered women and the choice that they have to make between career versus love, and how can you marry the two and find, you know, your truth in that without feeling like you have to sacrifice something. Yeah. So, and that's still, even though it was said in the 90s, still a very current issue. Yeah.
Love is eternal, and we need it. We all need a little extra love in our lives, and what a great way to greet Valentine's Day. I think it needs to be on everyone's Valentine's list for the day. If you want to make your special someone feel extra special today, go and see Vergeet My Nie. Go and support local film and incredible local talent like this. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Commercial hogwash.
Oh, big work. South African films going out there and telling stories in the most beautiful way. Well, it's time for us to bring it back to the kitchen. Welcome back to the Culinary Hotline. Bling! Sing! Oh, yes. Everyone is at work this morning. We're answering all of your burning questions, your culinary questions from our Facebook page. In light of Valentine's Day, we're helping you out with all of your culinary conundrums. Chat is still here. Chef Chat, one of my faves. I've got a question here from Sipe Sihle Baz, okay, or BZ. He says, I'd like to know how to bake the best pies with a genuine taste. Getting a recipe will be more helpful. He wants a recipe for a really delicious pie.
So there's a couple of things that are really important that make a pie. So what makes a pie? You got your pastry.
Yes.
So making sure you bring your pastry quickly together. Obviously depends on the style of pastry as well.
Okay.
Again, making sure even things like your pastry has salt in it. Not because you want to taste saltiness, but because salt actually brings a flavor of the flour through it. Same with like bread baking or even cake baking. A little bit of salt really makes a difference.
What type of pastry would you need then? You say there's different types of pastries?
So it depends on what type your there. I mean, you've got something like a suet pastry if you want, obviously using animal fat there. You've got a short crust pastry, which is just a very simple version of this, but this is sweet, so we've added sugar to this.
Nice.
You've got a puff pastry that you can do. So there's lots of different variations, there's lots of different interpretations. So it all is very much about the style of the outcome that you finally want. But traditionally, it's like a short crust pastry is what we end up doing. So quickly bring it together, roll it out, and baking it there. And then your filling, it's got to make sure it's got lots of flavour. So about the pastry itself, so all we need to do is literally take your butter, and there's different ways of all putting things together. And I just think, just get it all in there. your sugar, and then start just bringing that together till it resembles basically breadcrumbs.
Okay.
Okay, is all that you need to do. So just keep bringing that together.
Yeah.
Just with a spatula is fine. You can get your hands in there and get going and all the rest of it.
Patient with it so that it comes together nicely, right? Because you don't want to have like a whole blob of butter sitting there at the corner. You want to make sure it all comes
absolutely.
together
You
nicely.
really want to, you know, get it in there. You know, I'm like, you know, pastry, just get it in, just get it going.
Yeah.
You know, really, you know, bring it together. You know, and as you can see, it's starting to resemble breadcrumbs. I'm doing a sort of what we call a cutting action.
Okay.
And you cut.
Okay.
And you know, that's sort of just bringing everything together. Again, you don't want to overwork this either, because the moment we start adding, you know, water to it, we're obviously starting to develop the gluten. So be very careful that there. So keep working that as you go, and now you get this lovely sort of breadcrumb kind of texture.
I hope you're watching and you're taking notes. And for everybody else who wants to get their hands on this recipe, you can also send us an SMS. It is pie to 33728. Pie to 33728. We all love a good pie. And Chat is showing us how to make a special one with a twist for Valentine's Day. Sweet decadence.
A dash, absolutely. And then a dash of water. And what that's going to do now is going to start bringing that pastry together. All right, so you can see how that's starting to mush together, but I'm not going to carry on with that. Let's just put that to the side, but bring that together. It'll start sticking together and coming together just like that there.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
you got that.
What's next?
So that's done. So I'll fill in. So we're obviously doing a wonderful berry version of a pie.
A nice dessert one.
Absolutely. All right, let's get you to do some work. If you can just start whisking as we can go.
Okay.
So corn flour.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is basically make a lovely slurry. So corn flour. Okay. Again, salt, because that's going to bring the flavor through, even though we're doing something sweet. A little sugar, so some caster sugar in there. A little squeeze of lemon juice. And our
caramel.
Vanilla. There we go, vanilla. There we go. Cool. Okay. And a little bit of water just to help that. So if you can just whisk all that together, that'll be great. So why I want to do that is you want to take that corn flour and break down any globules in it. So that's why you make that slurry first. And then what we've got is some lovely frozen berries. I mean, check out those little frozen berries. So again, you can use the fresh berries as well. And all you want to do is basically cook that up and get that lovely and soft. And then from there, you're going to add it add that into there and mix all that together until you get a lovely big slurpy mess like that. So look how gorgeous that looks there.
What are some of the common mistakes that people make when they try to make a pie?
Well, the next big mistake that people make is that is not cold. They try and take this hot mixture, be it a meat filling, be it a veg filling, a fruit filling as we've got here, and they put it in and try and assemble it whilst it's hot. This must be cold.
Cold, guys.
Cardinal rule, guys.
It's got to be cold.
That's got to be cold, so very important. So from there is taking your pastry, which we've just lightly rolled out. Okay. And again, the thickness is also very important. Don't make it thick. You don't want the dreaded, it's always said, you know, the dreaded soggy bottom. So avoid that at all costs there. So make sure it is at a decent thickness. We just line some ramekins.
Okay.
And you can literally just cut out a couple of discs. Okay. You can line, I mean, remember this is full of butter as it is anyway, so you don't really have to sort of, you know, worry about that too much there. And all you need to do is just line it through there. Now, the great thing about this, I mean, you can really do like a Dr. 90210 kind of vibe. You know, it's like a little bit of patchwork. And you can just chase that dough all the way around.
Corners
absolutely. And then again, make sure it is even all the way through. Okay. And you know what? Let's just get organic. I mean, you're going to be working in the kitchen tonight, creating some stuff for your loved one, or you can do this together. This is such a fun way to do something together.
Surprise
and if you look how that comes together, absolutely.
Surprise them. Make it right now. Take it to the office for lunchtime. Win their heart again. Reignite the love and the passion. Be in the moment. Be in the spirit of Valentine's Day. SMS pie right now to 33728, and we'll send you an SMS with a link to the recipe, and of course all the ingredients will be included there as well.
Right.
So you've got your...
That goes in there, and do you want to cut us a heart if you don't mind?
Yes.
Come on, let's get all
lovey-dovey.
Lovey-dovey in the kitchen, and let's keep everybody happy and make it look beautiful. And I mean, how's that? Let's just pop that on top of you. 1 heart, 2 hearts, 1 heart.
Let's do 2. Do you want 2? Do you want 1?
There we go. 1 heart like that. I mean, and you can bake that. Then pop that into your oven. 180 degrees is always a great temperature for baking. Until it's lovely and golden and done. But pastry, lovely and thin, and cold filling, done.
Make it with love as well. So that's pie to 33728. In case you missed any of the steps involved in making this, we'll send you an SMS with the recipe and the ingredients. Right now, though, we're going to take a break. Don't move too far from your TV.
Welcome back. You are live with Expresso. Thank you so much for joining us for a very exciting show this morning. Of course, a huge amount of anticipation around the announcement of the nominees of the 14th annual SAFTAs, and we're bringing you a front row seat.
Welcome back to our live broadcast of the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards nominees ceremony, coming to you live from the Crystal Court in the Mall of Africa. I'm joined on the couch right now by Matalani Ngubeni, who is the manager of digital at Brand SA, a very crucial and important partner to the endeavors of the SAFTAs. Great to have you here with us. How are the nerves? What's the excitement like with you this morning?
Good morning, Katlego, and good morning to your viewers at home. It's an exciting morning here at Mall of Africa. The energy is ecstatic. A lot of excitement and anticipation for the nominees' announcement, but also probably a lot of nerves for some of the nominees, you know. So it is a great morning ahead for us.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the relationship between the SAFTAs and Brand South Africa and why that relationship exists, its function, why it's so important.
So as Brand South Africa, we're very excited to partner with the SAFTAs. The role of Brand South Africa is to create a positive and compelling brand image for South Africa. And the film and television industry plays a major role in shaping perceptions of the country. In terms of the narrative of South Africa, we can use the film and television industry to really educate both domestic and international audiences about the country.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the inner workings and about the efforts that have been put in place by Brand South Africa in order to ensure the development and the future-proofing of equitable growth within our South African film and television industry.
So the partnership with SAFTAs is one of many platforms that we as Brand South Africa engage with in terms of making sure that we support the talent in the film and television industry. We partner with the likes of the Rapid Lion Film Festival, but we also have our own led initiatives, being the Nation Brand Forum, which is an annual initiative where we collaborate with the industry to develop strategies on how we can develop the industry further and also use the industry to profile South Africa positively and competitively.
Tell me about some of your, I mean, there's a lot of stars that are making their way to the event today. Are there some of your favorite shows that you are hoping to have been nominated today?
I'm a big fan of Uzalo.
Yeah.
I think it's a comedy, so I'm hoping that that particular show is nominated, and maybe even some of the actors and actresses in that in Uzalo come through in the nominees.
Now, in what has happened in the past, what can we look forward to in terms of that partnership between Brand South Africa and the SAFTAs going forward? What can we look forward to?
We definitely look forward to partnering even further and strengthening the relationship. As I said, the film and television industry is an important role in shaping the image of the country. So we look forward to solidifying our partnership even further and working together with SAFTAs to promote and develop the industry even further.
Well, it's been absolutely lovely to have you on the couch, to have a little bit of a chat with you. And if you have a look at social media, hashtag SAFTAs14, hashtag LoveSATalent is trending. So please join in the conversation along with hashtag Expresso Show. Of course, also not forgetting that the main event will be taking place at the Sandton Convention Centre on the 27th and 28th of March here in Johannesburg as we celebrate the very best of the very best in South African film and television.
Love it. It is real, guys. But what is also real is that the anticipation for the new season of Tropica Island of Treasure is real, and we cannot wait to see what will happen on the island of Curacao.
Ooh, but while we wait for the show to premiere on March the 3rd, and everyone's excited about that, you at home, you can win big when buying Tropica. Now, you stand a chance to win your smooth fortune with hashtag Tropica. When you buy a fresh or long life Tropica, follow the entry details on the pack and stand a chance to win your share of 1 million rand in prizes, Jamie Lee. That's a lot. Such as a trip for two with KLM to Amsterdam, LG G8 phones, they are so sexy, TVs and dishwashers as well in the mix, guest vouchers, as well as accessories. Plus, of course, the smooth grand prize of, listen to this one, Suzuki Ignis. That's amazing. That's a big prize, right?
Ooh, it is everything. Now, the more Tropica you buy, the more chances you have to win. T's and C's apply and can be found on tropica.co.za.
Sis Princess, you know, the beautiful thing about this beautiful human being here is I hadn't even finished my last coffee, and she could see that it was lacking a bit of luster and lost a bit of its foam. So she's recharged me already. I love you, man. I absolutely love you. We also love our South African film and television stars, and the 14th annual SAFTAs are now in full swing. We are going to connect with more of those nominees for the full last hour of the show. We will be live with Kat. You don't want to miss a second of it.
Rise and shine. There's no better way to wake up other than with Mackie D's for breakfast. Download the McDonald's app for delicious daily deals and start your day the right way.
Okay, sweetie, time to blow out your candles.
Don't ruin the moment. Prevent allergies or cold and flu with fast-acting powder nasal spray from the Nexa range. Nexa, brought to you by Pharma Dynamics.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. It's Valentine's Day, but it's also a Friday. And for a lot of people, food is a love language. And nothing says I love you quite like a delicious plate of food. Trust me, I know this to be a fact. Spoil your Valentine's this year or this today with a romantic and delicious breakfast from Clover. Best served in bed. Of course. Okay, Chad, you're still hanging out here. I mean, today, really, you are going to have so many gents out there who are watching this show win the Boyfriend or Husband or Partner of the Year award, because after this impressive spread, who wouldn't appreciate that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what a way to kickstart the day than creating this gorgeous little morsel. So...
And best served in bed as well.
Can you imagine, huh? Goodness. You certainly get the luxury. I didn't get that luxury either today, but anyway, hey,
I didn't get that. Okay, cool. Good. So what are we doing here?
So very simply is, you know, we were trying to keep everything all lovey-dovey. So
Yes.
back to our heart cutter that we used earlier on.
What happens to these hot cutters after Valentine's Day? Do people use them? Do they store them away somewhere?
Yeah,
I don't know.
of course, like everything, you know, you used to have that little drawer at the bottom there of sort of loose
It
bits and
waits for
pieces
that one
and
time.
waits for that little moment. Anyway, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil into your pan. Again, I've got the pan nicely hot.
Olive Pride,
And
love it.
all you do is pop your bread into there. and get that fried on each side, and we're going to crack our egg straight into that there. So, I mean, it's very, very simple and straightforward.
Fantastic. So we're making use of olive pride extra virgin oil, olive oil, which is made with a blend of 4 olives for a unique flavor and aroma. You want that coming through in every dish you make. It's high in vitamins E, A, D, and K. So it's really good for you, and it helps in the fight against heart disease and stroke. So there's a lot of health benefits there, and that's why we love it. Okay, so what are we doing there?
So, let's just turn this over very quickly. Oh, we can get hold of it. There we go. All right, and then from there, just take in your egg. And then we're just going to crack that into there ever so carefully.
Nice.
Like that.
Ever
and
so
then
carefully.
let that sort of, you know, cook to your heart's content there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so just to turn the temperature down, remember it cooks very gently, so low temperature is best.
Yes.
We've got that there. In terms of other ingredients, we've got some tomatoes that have been quartered, just cherry tomatoes. Toss them in a little bit, again, a little bit of the olive oil, salt, pepper, done.
Good, nice texture.
Absolutely. And then you've got your lovely smoked salmon.
Oh, yes.
So take in your salmon, and it's entirely up to you what you want to do, how you want to sort of, you know, plate it up. But look at these lovely slithers.
But also the beauty of this type of dish, especially if you're going to be serving it in bed, it's breakfast in bed for your loved one, you want to make sure that the presentation is what you pay attention to. You want it to look really good. They must want to take photos of it and possibly not eat it just yet and just want to show it to everyone, right?
Very much so.
The key word, if you want to get this recipe sent to your phone, is Clover to 33728. SMS Clover to 33728 will send you an SMS with a step-by-step guide as well as all these ingredients we're making use of. That looks really, really good
looks
already.
good. And then, of course, you know, roses, something that says more than a food rose at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Avocado.
Yes.
Halve it.
Okay.
Peel it.
Yeah.
Depip it, and then cut it lengthways as thinly as possible.
Okay.
All right? And then from there, what you need to do is you're literally just going to sort of, let me turn it around there, just open it up bit by bit.
Literally a whole design.
This avo's not going to work with me, is it?
It looks good. It works for me. Works for me.
Just keep working that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's stuck a little bit here.
You want it as thin as possible. That's
thin as possible, and then you basically what you're going to do is just fan it out like that. Keep fanning it up, and then you want to do is just turn it on itself.
Look at that.
Like that.
Hey, a work of art on a plate, guys.
Some sort of form or another to get that lovely sort of rose shape. Just keep working that there.
So cool.
And then taking that. And you can pop that.
This is so cool. You see, when I said that this needs to be a pretty meal, there we go. This is what it looks like.
Indeed.
That is so impressive. I mean, honestly, you are amazing. You're a fine artist as well as a chef.
Absolutely. I heard earlier on a chef is a magician, a wizard, a kamikaze, everything, a creative, the whole lot, absolutely, but that's what it is. But I mean, imagine that to start off. I mean, I think it's a great way to kickstart your Valentine's Day.
I love it. Anyone would love this delivered to them in bed on a nice tray to say, I love you. And just in case you missed any of the steps involved here and how we used this Clover Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil, take a look at this.
Olive Pride brings a touch of pride and the natural beauty of olive oil to your table. Made with love by Clover. Make your Valentine's heart sing with this delicious breakfast from Clover. Best served in bed with a good cuppa on the side. Add a touch of pride to a hot pan. And add 2 slices of bread with heart-shaped centers cut out. Then crack an egg into the middle of each heart and cook until the egg is done to your liking, then remove from the heat. Next, add a 1/4 cup of halved exotic tomatoes to the same pan and cook for about 3 to 4 minutes and set aside. Thinly slice half an avo and shape into avo roses. Serve this plate of love and smoked salmon and lashings of creamy hollandaise sauce. Keep the romance going and treat your special person to this lovely and easy to make Olive Pride Valentine's breakfast.
Made with love by Clover.
There you go. That's how simple it is. That keyword, once again, Clover to 33728 will send you an SMS with the recipe and ingredients. This looks so amazing. Thank you so much. So,
absolute pleasure.
Are we going to share this one?
We might as well share it,
Let's just share
Absolutely.
it. We didn't have the pleasure and the joy of being delivered breakfast in bed, but we certainly can show ourselves some self-love over here.
Indeed.
But listen, next week is all about the braai here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. So whether it's boerewors or steaks or what's it? mustard, the broikies, whatever it is that you braai, and you have any questions around those elements and how to really bring it when you're braaiing, send us your questions on Facebook, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. Right now, there's time for us to take a look at what's happening in the news.
Thanks so much, Tabiso. Obviously, a very strong focus on SONA 2020. President Cyril Ramaphosa, in his State of the Nation address to Parliament last night, addressed SA's record high youth unemployment. He said government has introduced a new six-pronged intervention, amongst others, to target preparation, better supports, and budget reallocation. More good news is that low-income households are to receive free daily data to gain access to educational and other public interest websites, and that the PRASA rail network is to be boosted by 1.4 billion rand. Highlight of the evening was undoubtedly the arrival of the stylishly dressed parliamentarians and guests as well. Then still with SONA, President Cyril Ramaphosa touched on various important and pressing matters in that State of the Nation address to Parliament last night. One of the announcements was that Culinary in Gauteng will soon have a new science and technology university. Ramaphosa said 9 TVET colleges and campuses would be established in KwaZulu-Natal and the Eastern Cape, with a 64 billion rand boost to build college and university residences. He also revealed that a crime detection university would be established at Hammanskraal in Limpopo to improve the quality of general and specialized police investigations. Then on the international front, a Chinese doctor running a clinic in Liberia's capital, Monrovia, is donating 7,000 nose masks and 600 pieces of protective clothing to hospitals in mainland China, where the coronavirus outbreak has now claimed more than 1,100 lives. 46-year-old Dr. Zai Yu said she imported the medical gear 6 years ago to equip her clinic in the wake of the Ebola virus in the West African country. The doctor said that she was not worried about the possible spread of the virus to Liberia. Then the cost of the coronavirus to global oil markets has come into sharp focus as the International Energy Agency yesterday said global oil demand will see its first quarterly decline in over a decade. The impact of the coronavirus on oil demand will be significant, the IEA said, adding that China made up more than 3/4 of oil demand growth last year. China yesterday announced a massive 15,000-person spike in coronavirus cases, bringing the total number of people infected to above 60,000, and the death toll now sits on exactly 1,366. Now, finally, news of Zozi's triumphant trip to the streets of Joburg. The streets of Jozi came alive yesterday when our reigning Miss Universe, Zozibini Tunzi, made her way through town on an open double-decker bus. Beauty Queen is currently on her homecoming tour, this being the first time she's in South Africa since winning the Miss Universe crown in December last year. There were shrieks of joy, understandably, when Zozi passed by on that open bus. And speaking to the media, the 26-year-old said she could not wait to come home and meet her fans in person. Meanwhile, the mother city is now ready to welcome Miss Universe today and celebrate her triumph on the world stage with hopefully a lot of pomp and splendor. Zozi always referred to the mother city as home when she studied at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology. We hope all of you will be out there to support her on the streets of Cape Town today. That's where we leave our news for this Friday morning. Let's take one last look at the sport. We pick up with the ongoing saga in local cricket. The Proteas will be looking to secure the T20 International Series when they take on England in the second of their 3 matches at Kingsmead Stadium in Durban today. South Africa won a very dramatic first T20 by just 1 run after man of the match Lungi Ngidi claimed 3 vital wickets in the last over of the match. The 2019 Cricket World Cup winners England, they will be looking to bounce back after that loss. And the match between South Africa and England will kick off at 6 p.m. this evening down in Durban. Then on to Sevens news. World Rugby yesterday announced that the Hong Kong and Singapore Sevens tournaments set to take place in April this year have both been postponed due to the coronavirus outbreak. Flu-like virus has already affected numerous sporting events in the area, including Formula One's Chinese Grand Prix. The Hong Kong and Singapore legs of the World Rugby Sevens Series will now be held in October this year. Then on to the 50-man format of the game. The third round of Super Rugby will kick off with a New Zealand derby between the Blues and the Crusaders. That's at at Eden Park today. Second fixture of the day will see Australia's Rebels and Waratahs go head-to-head. Both teams desperate for a win after losing their opening two fixtures. And turning to our local teams, the Sharks travel to the Hurricanes for a tough encounter, and it'll be yet another local derby for the unbeaten Stormers when they take on the Lions at Emirates Airline Park tomorrow, yet to concede a point, so it should be an interesting fixture. And then staying with rugby news, the Cape Peninsula University of Technology will start their Varsity Shield title defence when they face off against Walter Sisulu University at the CPUT Sports Grounds in Belleville this evening. CPUT was crowned, they were crowned champions after beating the Madibas 32-28 in a thrilling final last year. The first round of the second-tier competition in the annual Varsity Rugby Series is also going to see the Madibas take on UKZN and Rhodes University taking on TUT. All of those fixtures kicking off at 7 p.m. tonight. And then a full roster of football on the cards locally and abroad. There'll be 8 PSL fixtures this weekend, starting with Stellenbosch FC, who are taking on SuperSport United at the Cape Town Stadium. They drew the last time the two teams met. Then defending PSL champs Mamelodi Sundowns, currently sitting in third place on the standings, they'll face Chippa United. Our current league leaders and almost runaway leaders at that, Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, also both in action over the weekend. Now, Mkosi, they face off against very much in form Maritzburg United. The Buccaneers, they have an away fixture up against Black Leopards, and that's on Sunday. Then a little further afield in England, the Premier League action will resume this weekend with table toppers Liverpool up against Norwich City at Carrow Road. The Reds looking to extend their lead at the top of the table with the winner over Norwich take their winning streak to 18 matches on the trot, and the Norwich, of course, currently last on the log. Other weekend fixtures, we've got Wolves taking on Leicester at the Molineux, Aston Villa up against Tottenham Hotspur, and Arsenal, they'll host Newcastle United at the Emirates Stadium. That fixture also on Sunday. That's a wrap of your sport for this Friday morning. Enjoy soaking it all up. Let's take one last look at the competition out on the roads.
Thank you so much, G. Let's take a final look at the traffic this morning. If you find yourself in Gauteng, Pretoria, now there's congestion on the R21 northbound between Solomon Mhlangu and Fountain Circle. Please use Buerta Avenue from the N1 to avoid this. In the Western Cape, Mowbray on the N2 outbound, there has been an accident after Hospital Bend obstructing the left lane. Heavy delays are expected, so please be patient on the roads this morning. And then lastly, on the Metrorail Northern Line, there is service recovery underway following an earlier signal equipment failure at Woodstock and Salt River. Trains will operate as scheduled and residual delays do apply. And that's a final look at your traffic. Let's take a final look at the weather.
Thank you very much, Jamie Lee. A final look at your weather indeed, but first, a final look at those beautiful pictures we've asked you to send in this morning. Thank you to everyone who did send through a picture. Nancy Govender, how amazing was that sunrise from Umkomas in KZN? Pet Sanko for your incredible skyline from Durban, as well as Nombulelo Gama for your sunrise from Soweto this morning. Beautiful, beautiful picture. Lastly, Louise Sherry for your sunrise from Park Rainy. Thank you very much. Wake up bright and early on Monday. Show us your sunrise. Send it to our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show SABC3. And now a final look at those temperatures across the country. Polokwane, we start off with you. Thunderstorms are expected today. 16 is your low, reaching a high of 29, and expect some thunder showers over there as well. Mbombela, times of sun and clouds, 20 your low, reaching a high of 32. And if you're out in the capital city, Pretoria, 18 and 31. Johannesburg, 16 minimum, reaching a maximum of 30. With Mahikeng, times of sun and clouds over there, 18 your low, reaching a high of 32. If you're out in Klerksdorp, 19 your minimum, reaching a max of 32. With a northwesterly wind going at 11 kilometers per hour is expected in Kimberley, 20 your minimum, reaching a maximum of 32. If you're out in Bloemfontein, high humidity, your temperatures 17 and 31. It's a sunny day out in Richards Bay today, 22 and 34. Enjoy the beautiful sun with Pietermaritzburg at 18 low, reaching a high of 33. Durban, 24 minimum, peaking at 30. If you're out in Mthatha, a clear day for you as well, 17, reaching a high of 32 degrees. If you're out in East London, a southwesterly wind, it's going at 15 kilometers per hour as expected, and your temperatures are 21 and 27. Sunny times for Craddock, 16 and 37, with Port Elizabeth starting off at 20 and peaking at 25 degrees today. George, high humidity there, 17 and 24. We're seeing the lowest temperatures in the country to be Sutherland today, 13 and 29, and the mother city, Cape Town, and the Kaap, 16 and 24. Clear skies for Worcester, sunny times, 16 and 33, with lots of sun out in Springbok, 20 30 and 34. And if you're out in Uppington, where you have the highest temperatures in the country with a minimum of 25, reaching a maximum of 38 degrees. It sounds like a beautiful clear day in most parts of the country, but no matter what the weather's like, make sure to make it a lovely, lovely day.
I'm just getting into the love, man. I can smell the cheese emanating from these comments. We're getting as cheesy as possible on Expresso this Valentine's Day. Like embarrassment level 1 million is what I'm looking for. So if you are someone, you know, who is famous for sheer cheesiness, maybe you know that you are that person, you've got those pickup lines, your romantic gestures are just off the charts, then you have the opportunity to win yourself a 2,000 Rand game gift voucher. But you got to keep it cheesy. And we've had some really cool posts coming through here. Mishka Patel saying, have you got game this Valentine's Day? Hi, I'm doing a survey. What is your name? What's your phone number? Are you free on Valentine's Day? Very, very cheesy. You do hashtag got game. Then Kayara saying, you're so beautiful that you made me forget my pickup line. Very, very nice. Nokotula saying, this Valentine's Day, we are celebrating 10 years together. That's awesome, man. With two beautiful girls, our hands are always full and hardly ever get time to ourselves. So I'm planning a wonderful romantic picnic in a park, just the two of us. But first I need to buy a picnic basket with everything inside, from food to drinks. This year we need to put more time to going out and enjoying ourselves. That's not cheesy, that's beautiful. That's awesome, man. Then Alosh Don Kiston saying, leap year is significantly beautiful as I proposed to him. I liked it, so I put a ring on it. And because leap year only comes once in 4 years, there is something extraordinarily beautiful in celebrating that union. I couldn't agree more. So doing something out of the ordinary is what I desire. Like baking together a DIY kit, I'm thinking mousse, chocolate brownies, Dom Pedro, and then a movie date underneath the stars. Away from the hustle and bustle of noisy restaurants, it's about the moments of reconnecting on another level. Time to level this leap year. That's pretty cool. That's actually really good, authentic, lovely expressions of love, man. I love it. Heather Joy saying, I'm taking my husband to the T20 cricket in Durban. His first live match at 63. We have known each other for almost 46 years and married for 42 next month. My special V-Day game. I like what you did there with the game, a game of cricket, game, you got game. I love that. I'm going to sneak in one more here. Tabani Msweli saying, my pickup line, could I possibly find me a habitat in your shoes? Because I want nothing but to be with you every step of the way. If I could arrange the alphabets, I'd put you and me together. Nobody comes close to you. You're a marvel to watch. So wondrous. Your smile is legit cathartic, soul purifying. This is me using these set of words to get your attention because you're hard to miss. You threw a lot in there, Tabani. That's a lot of cheese, buddy. You might get my cheesiness vote for the day. So if you've got game this Valentine's Day, all you got to do is reply right now, do it right now on our Facebook post. Tell us how you are taking your Valentine's Day game to the next level. Share your pickup lines or those grand gestures of love on our Facebook post with the hashtags #GotGame and Be Our Valentine. Cheese it up, and who knows, a 2,000 Rand game voucher could be yours this Valentine's Day. But all the terms and conditions that do apply can be found on our website.
Game.
Plenty.
Wait, listen to mine. Are you tired? Because you've been running through our mind all day. Hi. No? No? I'm failing. Yesterday I embarrassed myself in front of Lockenville.
Now in front of
Now
me.
in front of you. I've got
At least I
no
love
game.
you no matter what. You got some game. It works sometimes. But listen, there is a lot of love, and we're seeing it on social media, and it's so inspiring to see. Sometimes you just want those beautiful messages of love to remind us all that, you know, it happens and it's out there. So do continue to connect with us on that hashtag #GotGame and, of course, hashtag Expresso Show. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, someone who's got game and bringing us all the nominees from the SAFTA's nominees announcement is Kat. We're going to be crossing over there.
The nominees for Best Youth Program are MTV Sugar Down South 2. The nominees for Best Children's Program. The nominees for Best Student Film are
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
MTV Sugar Down South 2 in real life. TIA Productions. Teenagers on a Mission. Game Ranging. I Love That Productions.
Congratulations to our nominees in the category of Best Youth Program. Now, you'll see that our next program, or our next category, involves the Best Children's Program. And for any parent out there, like myself, you'll understand the importance of having something on the television to keep the children educated, occupied, and entertained while parents continue with their daily doings. And so these programs that you're about to see are among some of the best that we have in South Africa. And so here are the nominees for the Best Children's Program.
For Best Children's Program, Disney Cookabout, Penguin and Paw Paw Films, Hectic on 3, Oguhle Media, Jabu's Jungle, Pixcom, Words and Numbers Series 9, Johan Stemmet Entertainment Enterprises.
Congratulations to those nominees over there. Now, the South African film and television industry, of course, needs to have a feeding line of young, talented producers, directors, and artists who practice their craft from a very young age and are educated through the system. And so right now, we're going to be recognizing the best student film. And here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Student Film are Anthem, University of Cape Town, Moya, University of Witwatersrand, Tidal, University of Cape Town. University of Cape Town.
I can tell that some of those nominees are here. Are you here in the house? Yes? Maybe? There we go. Congratulations to you. So at this moment, I'd like to invite onto the stage Neo Ratebe, who submitted a feature documentary called 20 Years of Lokshin Culture. Let's have Neo Ratebe please join me on stage for a quick chat. Now, good to have you here with us this morning. Your documentary has been submitted as a nominee. Yes, you can go ahead, get that microphone over there. Tell us a little bit about your submission.
Well, about the documentary, it's really about the 20 years of a brand that is black excellence more than anything, that has stood the test of time, that has captured youth excitement for 20 years, you know, that has seen all the challenges that most brands do not last through, you know. So it was about capturing the amazing 20 years that Lokshin culture went through and everything else in between.
Talk to me a little bit about the process of your submission to the NFVF and the SAFTAs, and also about how you feel it adds value not only to your brand as a creative, but also to your work as well creatively.
Well, first and foremost, I think it's important to understand, from my perspective, I'm a first-time director, so I
think that deserves a round of applause. First-time director, come on. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. So the process of submitting for me, it really is a test of my ability. It says if I'm nominated, that my peers and people who I believe are better than me at creating these things see my work as cool. And that's cool to me.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you. Wishing you all of the best with your future endeavors. And by the way, are there any future projects that you have lined up?
Yes, there's definitely future projects. I've been bitten by the directing bug, so from now on, I will be producing, directing a whole lot more documentaries. I want to produce stories that are positive about black excellence and entrepreneurship and just black culture.
Well done to you. Neo Ratebe, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to him. Be sure to get his number after the show, because he'll be the man calling all the shots on a set near you very soon. Well, we're going to take a very quick ad break on our Feel Good Breakfast show, which is bringing you live scenes from the Crystal Court here at the Mall of Africa at the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards Nominees Announcement Ceremony.
Have you got a game this Valentine's Day? If so, there's a 2,000 Rand game voucher to win on Expresso's Valentine's Day Facebook competition. We want to hear from you your best pickup lines or secret plans to impress the object of your affections, and they better be cheesy. We're talking 100% pure cheddar cheese, aged. Reply to our Facebook post, cheese it up, and a 2,000 Rand game voucher could be yours.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
And gentlemen, to this exclusive broadcast, live broadcast on Expresso Morning Show on SABC3 of the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards Nominees Announcement Ceremony. We're coming to you live from the Crystal Court in the Mall of Africa. Now, right now, we're about to continue with the announcement of our nominees with probably one of the most coveted categories, that of soaps. Now, a big question that comes around is the difference between a telenovela and a soap. And by my understanding, how it works is that a telenovela is usually filmed on location with 2 cameras, with the footage then being edited in post-production, while a soap is then shot with 3 or more cameras in studio, and a vision mixer then puts all of that footage together. But it's time for us right now to find out which soaps have captured the imagination of South Africa the most. Let's take a look at the nominees.
The nominees for Best TV Soap: Rhythm City, Quizzical Pictures, Scandal, Ochre Moving Pictures, Said Ooster Films.
You can give a big round of applause. I feel like there's a nervous energy. You're allowed to applaud your productions that have done so well, ladies and gentlemen. Well done to you all. And now the next category that we focus on is that of the Best Actor in a TV Soap. So let's take a look at who gave some of the most compelling performances in the past year.
The nominees for Best Actor TV Soap: Nathaniel Ramabudana as Tenda Mudau in Mubango, Jamie Bartlett as David Gennaro in Rhythm City, Bongile Manzai as Mthunzi Mayisa in Scandal.
A big round of applause for our nominees. And now from the Best Actor to the Best Actress in a TV Soap. And here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Actress TV Soap: Mapula Mafole as Mapula in Rhythm City, Denise Newman as Bridget Jacobs in Said Ooster, Baby Tele Maloka as Gabisile in Ozalo.
Big round of applause for our nominees. Congratulations everyone who's had their name on that list thus far. And now joining me on the stage on behalf of Nathaniel Ramabulana, who plays Tenda Mudau on Mubango, is Nolo Piri, producer at Word of Mouth Pictures. Let's give Nolo a round of applause, please.
Hello.
Congratulations to you, Nolo, and your production on yet another nominee.
Thank you, thank you. We're very, very, very excited.
Yeah. Tell me, but how does it feel to get this recognition every year, to know that you are indeed among the best? And I'm sure you know it from an audience perspective, given the feedback that you get from your viewers weekly, but to know that on a level of the SAFTAs, you do receive that recognition every year.
I mean, Mobango has been on the show for, on air for 23 years, you know, and the sentiment on the ground, I mean, our viewers have always been loyal. We've changed tremendously in the last 3 years. So for us to be back in the SAFTAs as well is a big moment for us, and for us to be recognized in a very prestigious award like Best Actor is really, really something significant that I think we're all going to celebrate on the ground. So we're very, very excited.
And do you personally feel that receiving a nomination from the SAFTAs certainly does fuel the creative process and encourages you to produce the best work that you can?
Yes, and that's why we wanted to come back into the landscape of the awards, because, you know, it really boosts the morale. We have beautiful, young, upcoming actors, producers, creatives coming into the industry, and they really just want to know that their work is being recognized, that it's being acknowledged, it's being celebrated, and that's really what I wanted. That's what we wanted to do by coming back into the industry, for us to celebrate these young creatives that really have worked to get a place into the industry and have a voice.
And it has indeed been a launching platform for many talented actors and actresses. Now, as a producer, you have an inside line on what's going on.
Mubango.
Yes,
Can you
I
give
do.
us some tidbits, some snippets on story development, things we can expect in the near future?
I mean, we're recalibrating our world quite a bit. So we are rejigging what people, understand and see as our world. I mean, it's particularly the vendor world as well. We have a lot of exciting characters coming through. But we literally want to surprise people because 23 years later, people still want to know why Mubango is why it is what it is. So we are trying to tell compelling stories in a much more refreshing, competitive way. So look out for a lot of drama, particularly in the vendor landscape, especially around the chieftaincy. That's all I can say.
Well, congratulations, and allow me to say, Ndorebo Wangamanda.
Diarebo Anane. Thank you.
My short little audition there for Mubango. You might be seeing me in the next episode. Just kidding. That's never going to happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break from our live broadcast, and we'll be back here at the Crystal Court in the Mall of Africa for the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards Nominees Announcement Ceremony.
Apply for your American Express Gold or Platinum card and get 20% off your food bill, or a complimentary appetizer, or a free bottle of wine every time you use your card at participating taste restaurants around the country. Apply now at americanexpress.co.za.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mall of Africa. This is the Crystal Court, and of course, this is the 14th Annual South African Film and Television Awards Nominees Announcement Ceremony, coming to you live on Expresso Morning Show on SABC3. Our thanks to you for joining us for this live broadcast. Now, in the next category, we're going to be announcing the nominees of those that in the past have really brought us great success. Films like Ingleba, films like Tsotsi, and Sow the Winter to My Skin. And in fact, Mr. Presley Chwenyachai was awarded in this very same category way before his massive days on the river. I've been waiting all my life to say that. He's really inspired me with that. So ladies and gentlemen, with that said, let's take a look at the category of Best Achievement in Directing for a feature film.
The nominees for Best Achievement in Directing, Feature Film: Feel a Second, Brett Michael Inns, Knuckle City, Jamil XT Kubega, Bobby Nongena, Christian Olvachen.
A big round of applause for our nominees. Best Achievement in Directing of a feature film. Now, as you can imagine, being given the task of carrying the emotion through a feature film is certainly not an easy feat at all. And so with that, we recognize now the nominees for the Best Actor in a Feature Film. Take a look.
The nominees for Best Actor in a Feature Film: Albert Barker Pretorius as Constant in Die CMU, Johannes Stephanus Baum as Herman de Beer in De Verhaal van Racheltjie de Beer, Bongile Manzai as Dudu Nyakama in Knuckle City.
Congratulations to our nominees in that Best Actor category, which brings us, of course, to the ladies, the Best Actress in a Feature Film, and here are the nominees.
The nominees for Best Actress in a Feature Film: Sandra Prinsloo as Irene in Die CMU, Zenobia Kloppers as Fila Komoti in Fila Second, Clementine Zita as Poppy Nongena in Poppy Nongena.
A big congratulations and a round of applause to all our nominees in the past 3 categories. And to join me on stage right now, I'd like to invite Brett Michael Innes, who's been nominated in the category for Best Achievement in Directing for a Feature Film, as well as Bongile Manzai from Knuckle City. Let's have them both on stage. A round of applause, please. There we go, there we go. Eitara. Congratulations to both you gentlemen on your exceptional work that you have delivered. How does it feel to be, at this moment in your career right now, being nominated for this particular award?
Look, it's always great to be acknowledged by your peers, especially when the competition is as high as it is. I mean, this is really... There's some great films being made this year, so it's just the fact that my name gets to share the screen with everyone here is a huge honor.
What about you, sir?
Molweni. What was your question?
Well, the question is about your feeling about standing here right now, receiving this nomination for your stellar work.
I think I'm trying to remind myself that these are nominations, because I think now I'm already in SAFTAs. But it's a good feeling, after very hard work and doing this for a very long time and being recognized now. It's a very, very good feeling for me. It's an amazing one.
Well, if you do want to, there are statues behind you. You can touch it temporarily, not take it home. There we go. Yeah, that feels good. Brett, talk to me about taking over the directorship of such an iconic book, Fila Second. It's a legacy in South Africa.
Yeah, no pressure, pretty much taking one of the most iconic Afrikaans novels as an Englishman and trying to take my spin on it. I think I came into it as someone who loved the story. I read it as a 12-year-old in school, and when the opportunity came to direct it, I saw it as a moment to create a cinematic love letter to my own mother, who would do exactly what Fila Komoti would do if I was taken from her, and she would march over mountains to get to me. So the pressure kind of left when I knew that I was here to serve the story and not necessarily make it about myself.
And to you, Bongile, working on Knuckle City and being a practitioner of the arts, receiving this nomination, how much does it add to your encouragement and fuels your creativity in going forward and wanting to pursue excellence? Because that is what this is all about.
I mean, it's a very big deal for us. I mean, we went to Tanzania to shoot such a beautiful film, and also, for me, I would like to acknowledge the people from Tanzania, acknowledge the boxers. I'm not a boxer myself, but when I went to Tanzania, I really got my craft from the community of Tanzania. So basically for me, it reminds me where we come from. It reminds us it's about time to tell our own stories. And I'm so happy that we went to Eastern Cape to tell our own stories in our own languages, and it's so amazing to be nominated for that as well.
I was about to ask you to give us a bit of a demonstration 1-2 shuffle, but I won't put you in the spotlight like that. You might just punch my lights out or something. Hey. What future work can we expect from you? Are you working on any exciting projects right now?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah? This is the part where you tell me what you're working on. What are you working on right now?
I'm still on Scandal at the moment. We are busy with the team of Yellow Bone. We are cooking something.
Yeah.
Called Blood Psalms that we will be shooting next month, and we're also very excited about that.
Yeah. Brett, if I could ask you to maybe give some words of advice to young, upcoming directors out there who would one day want to see themselves in your shoes.
Sure, you need a lot of patience and then just support structure. I think the idea that we all work hard and just get you, there's so many privileges that come into space that enable you to do so. So surround yourself with good people. If you can marry a partner who isn't in the film industry, that's also a good idea because you don't have to go through the same drama. And then just tell stories that resonate with you.
Fantastic advice. And what about you, sir? Your advice to young and upcoming actors and actresses out there?
I think it's just a very simple one. If you want to be famous, stay away from this industry. But if you have a calling and you love what you do, come join the rest.
Sage words indeed. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Congratulations to the both of you and to all our nominees thus far. We're going to take a quick break from our live broadcast, and when we come back, we focus on the categories of entertainment, including Best Presenter and Most Popular TV, Soap or Telenovela. And of course, don't forget to hashtag Love SA Talent and hashtag SAFTAs14. We'll see you on the other side.
Hey yo, what's going on? My name is Sibosetu Kolo, otherwise known as Setu, originally from Durban, KwaMashu, and now staying in Johannesburg. I'm a digital content creator and marketer. So the whole reason why I entered Tropica Island of Treasure Season 9 is because, I mean, who wouldn't want to be on an island and possibly win $1 million? Besides an amazing beard, I'm bringing good energy, fun, laughter, and this. Everything.
He's got a beautiful heart. He's a very powerful businessman. I believe he's one of the future billionaires.
My style, AKA the drip. I just feel like style is an expression of who you are on the inside. So I like to look good all the time. Try to, you know, be in the latest threads. Oh man, my friends, my squad, my clique, we a bunch of good people, man. Good vibes all around.
He's definitely gonna win Tropica Island of Treasure because he has no choice but to win.
Make sure to catch me on Tropica Island of Treasure, Curacao, coming very soon to SABC 3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to our exclusive broadcast on SABC3's Expresso morning show of the SAFTAs 14 nominees announcement ceremony, coming to you live from the Crystal Court here at the Mall of Africa. We're nearing the end of our live broadcast, but not before we check out the last couple of categories, and also having a chat to Leila Swart, who joins me here as producer and editor of Knuckle City, which has already received a nomination. Clearly... clearly your work has made an impact. This must be very pleasing for you.
It's a huge honor and very
Yeah.
humbling, I think. We work very, very hard, so it's really an honor to be acknowledged for that.
Yeah. Tell me about the experience, because Bongile Manzai earlier on spoke about being able to head to the Eastern Cape and truly discover stories that are authentically South African and being able to tell them. And then after the entire process is done and the filming is done, you are part of the team that's responsible for putting that picture together so it makes sense to an audience and that it really drives home the message of the story you're trying to tell. Take me through that process and how it was for you.
I think for me it's an interesting and very intense process because I'm the producer and the editor of the film. So I get to see the film through from conception right through to the end. And we try really hard to immerse ourselves in the work that we do and the places and the stories that we are telling. So for me, it was a real privilege to be able to be in Mtanzane and live and exist there throughout pre-production and production, and then to be able to take that back and cut the film with that energy.
To be able to receive this recognition in the form of a nomination for a SAFTA and the elevation that that brings, how important is that to you as a producer, as a creative, as an editor?
I think it's crucially important. I think for me, growing up, all I had access to was the BAFTAs and the Oscars, and that's been my pinnacle. But as I've evolved as a producer, I've realized that the cinema that we make is really for where we are from. So to be acknowledged where we are from and to help build the profile of this award is a phenomenal experience. I'm really grateful for that.
And as with all others, I've got to try and find out, at least try to get a tidbit for the audience out here about what it is that you're working on next. Anything exciting that we can expect in the pipeline?
Well, we've just completed production on a film called Valedictory, which we are looking at as the female version of Knuckle City. So it's about 4 young teenage girls from Duncan Village in the Eastern Cape who embark on a road trip to sort of find themselves. So we're in post on that, and we start shooting next month on our first TV series called Blood Psalms.
That's amazing. I've got to also ask, is there a round of applause, you're allowed to. Is there a particular affinity or an attachment that you have to the Eastern Cape that keeps driving you back there?
Well, they give me money, so. No, we were the first production house to open up a film financing unit in the Eastern Cape. So it is, and obviously my partner is from Tanzania originally, so it is important to him to make stories from there. But our TV series is being made in Joburg, so we are opening it up a little bit.
Excellent. Well, congratulations to you and your team. Leila Swart, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, we are now moving on ahead to our last 3 categories, which include 2 very important categories. The best entertainment program category that we're about to take a look right now is not to be confused with the best variety or best lifestyle program. This is the category in which all the shows that keep us entertained daily through music live. Take a look.
The nominees for Best Entertainment Program are Emo 30 jaar in musiek, All-Star Productions, Live Amp, Urban Brew Studios, Noord vir Noord, Season 44, Stemberg Television.
Round of applause to our nominees. And I'd also like to encourage and ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please be on your Twitter, be on Instagram, on Facebook, and hashtag LoveSATalent and hashtag SAFTAS14 as we continue with the announcement of our nominees. And onward now to the next 2 categories, which arguably the 2 most important categories because they give you, the viewers at home, the power to choose who the winner will be. I'm talking about the most popular TV soap and telenovela category, which includes all the shows that you watch every single day on South African TV. And these, by the way, are the most consumed shows in South Africa, with Uzalo having the largest viewership in the country. But of course, you get to decide which is your favorite, and here are the nominees.
And for the most popular soap or telenovela, vote for 1. Arensvlei, 2. Binnenlanders, 3. Getroud met Rugby, 4. Gianni, Land of Blood, 5. Imbeu, 6. Isibaya, 7. Isipo, The Gift, 8. Istembiso, 9. Mubango, 10. Rhythm City, 11. Scandal, 12. Saint Worcester, 13. The River, 14. The Throne, 15. The Queen, 16. Uzalo. Dial *120 *45884 hash and follow the prompts. T's and C's apply. Charges are R1.50 per minute. For the most Let your voice be heard by choosing your best TV presenter. 1 for Thembisa Mdota, 2 for Anele Mdota, 3 for Graham Richards, 4 for Enhle Bizane, 5 for Valdemar Pelser, 6 for Stembiso Liwayo, 7 for Emo Adams, 8 for Masichaba Ndlovu, 9 for Christopher Jafta.
A big congratulations to all the nominees there. I've got to be asking everyone here, in terms of those nominees you've just seen, who do you predict will win? Who's that? Okay, I agree with all of you, every one of you. All right, most importantly, you at home need to remember that the power is all in your hands. So you need to dial *120*45884# and follow the prompts there in voting for your favorite in the 2 categories of Best TV Presenter, as well as Best or Most Consumed or Favorite TV Soap or Telenovela. So ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the close of our live broadcast here at the Mall of Africa for the SAFTA's 14 nominees announcement ceremony. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Of course, you can head on over to our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 our YouTube channel for the live broadcast, which will continue after a very short break. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending. Please stick around. We are not done yet. We will be continuing soon. Thank you.
Well, and there we go. There we go. Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, listen to the best of the best in South African film and television.
ridiculous.
And one of our very own, Graham Richards. Best TV presenter, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a, oh, yes. Oh, come on. Gee, man, congratulations. This is
Hey, that's pretty cool,
incredible.
man. That's very, very cool.
And,
Thank
I
you.
mean, without a doubt, so well reserved, because the thing is, you really has set the standard for quality TV presenting that goes beyond what people see on the screen, being able to take
I feel
stories
like
and
you're saying
tell
I'm really
them in a
old.
way.
I think that's what you're trying to say here in a
That's
nice
the thing,
way.
is you really are iconic, and this is just
Thank
without
you.
a doubt
Thank you
so
so much.
well deserved.
No, that's wonderful.
Congratulations.
And, well done, Kat, for doing such a good hosting job. Really cool, man. That was really, really nice.
I like
well
how
done.
even in this moment when it's about you, you're still trying to...
deflect
It's
the
about
attention.
you. Take it in. You deserve it. Like, oh
Thank
my word.
you so
yeah.
much.
How do you feel? How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. No, that's lovely. I mean, we have the best job in the world.
Yeah.
I work with the best people in the world, so it's only a pleasure to represent you.
And did you
So
see,
thank
did
you
you
so
see
much.
it coming?
Not
You
at
didn't
all.
expect it, because you're sitting here. Well, listen, South Africa family, come on. You know how we need to do now.
Oh, my mom's
it is
voting already,
well,
right
you
now.
need to vote. You need to vote by SMSing, or rather dialing *120*45884#. That's *120*45884#. Oh man, #vote for Graham Richards, best TV presenter. Well
That's
done.
really
well
sweet,
done.
man. No, thank you so much. Thank you.
Graham, man. Okay, well, let's celebrate some birthday now before we wrap up the show. It's time for us to celebrate your birthdays. Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you. Listen, it's time for us to celebrate your birthdays. You know that every single day, millions of people across the world, they celebrate their birthdays. We take some time out of your Feel Good Breakfast show to celebrate you, because we love you and it's about you. And we start off with a celeb birthday. If you're celebrating your birthday on today, the day of love, the 14th of Feb, you share it with Zimbabwean-born Hollywood actress. Her name is Danai Gurira. You may know her for her roles in The Walking Dead, but also Wakanda Forever, Black Panther,
Black
remember?
Panther, yeah.
She did such a good job there where she plays the powerful Okoye. And can you believe, listen to this, she turns 41 years old today, so she really does look incredible for her age. And happy birthday, Danai.
40s is where it begins. That's where it begins. Very happy birthday to some gorgeous viewers out there as well. This one going to Auntie Alicia from Chavane. Take a look.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Auntie Alicia. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hooray. Happy birthday, Auntie Alicia. We love you. Say we love you.
Every single day.
Oh, I love love it.
Amazing.
Yeah, she got a message at the end of her video.
All the birthday wishes
happy
pouring in.
birthday, then happy birthday to the most gorgeous angel, Alwande. May this day be a good start of all good things. We love you. Happy birthday, Alwande.
Then another one comes through for a happy 53rd birthday to my brother Joas Leso. May the good Lord grant you many more years and wealth from Matu, Colin and Martha Pelo. Happy birthday. Another big one is a happy first birthday to our beautiful angel Aaliyah. May you stay the joyful little girl you are. We love you, my angel, from your loving parents, Heather and Fabrice.
She is one. Look at how adorable the girl is. Look
man.
at that. Aaliyah, man.
I
cannot wait to have a little
look
girl.
at that.
You've no idea. You can dress little girls so much better than boys. Like the little outfits and little headbands.
Yeah.
Man, I can't
okay,
wait.
so Vernon also celebrates his birthday. Happy birthday to Vernon Bester. May God bless you abundantly. Stay the great person that you are. Enjoy your day, Vernon. So much style. Look at that pose. Love it. Also, Nathaniel. Happy first birthday to Nathaniel Lee. Wishing you more God's love, grace, and blessings on your life. Love you lots from Oma, Opa,
just a swag right there. That's not just baby vibes.
I mean, that's a baby model, let's be honest. That's just like what TV commercials are made of. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, Nathaniel.
Man, little cheeks, man.
Hilda. Is it Auntie Hilda's birthday?
It is. It's a happy 70th birthday to my mom, Hilda Jacobs. May God keep you safely. Enjoy your day. That's coming from your doting son, Nigel, who clearly loves you very much. Then a happy 14th birthday to my baby, Joshua. May you receive God's richest blessings on this special day. That's coming to you from your mommy and from Dara. Oh, Joshua, you know, your mommy's never too... You're never too old
for your mom to be your mommy's baby.
Never.
I love that, man.
We have one last one. This is in Afrikaans. I will say happy birthday to my kleinig. Mag jy nog vele jare uitspaar. Bly net soos jy is. Van jou nana. Hoop jy 'n mooi dagie het. Moi van haar nana Bernolien. Happy birthday, Kelly.
Happy birthday, guys. Hope you're having a very special day. Please keep sending us those videos. We love to hear you singing and dancing and doing all sorts of cute, crazy stuff. You can even sing a happy birthday to yourself if you want to. You can WhatsApp that video to 0716406551.
And of
that
course,
is
the WhatsApp number. You can still email us birthdays@cardova.tv with obviously your birthday wishes. But wow, what an exciting
what
time.
a fantastic show.
Fantastic
So he was just so lovely and so down to earth. I thought Kutle did amazingly well with that.
Yes, Queens.
Well. You can see they obviously have a real personal connection there. But if you can get out there and show Zwilzy some love out in the streets of Cape Town today, please do it. She's going to be parading through town on an open air bus. I know the weather's not ideal, but go out there and just scream and shout because she deserves it. She has done so much for the country already, and she's barely even gotten started. So give her the support that she deserves.
Absolutely. Graham, before we wrap up the show, to celebrate this amazing nomination of yours, I'm going to do a traditional dance that we used to do in the 60s.
Is this from
the 50s when I lived in Zululand, and it's about celebrating. It goes like this. Congratulations! Be sure to go out there and vote for Graham. Show him some love. But of course, you've got to vote for him. This is fantastic and so inspirational for all of us here. Winning team here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But of course, you can still catch the rest of the summer nominations on our YouTube channel. That's Expresso Show. Go do that. It's going to be running all the way through the next hour at 10 o'clock. Graham, congratulations! We love you guys.
The morning show made with love by Clover.
Another Feel Good production.